this has kicked me out. Hang on. Yeah, you're fine. We are live. 2 secs. My blooming thing is not working. Here we go. I've got to sort this all out. Do apologise about this, guys. Just give me a second and just get this all sorted. There we go. Race winners. Oh, it's all bloody stuffed up. Hang on. Screen share. Hang on, bear with me. I'm nearly there. When you restart, it for some reason stuffs up. So oh, cough. All right, here we go. 3. Just wait for it to. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. A few tech issues and a few lobby issues. We are here for Division 1, the 100% race of Abu Dhabi, the last one of this season. Yes, this is it. We have done this the same time last season, obviously with a bit of a better attendance, but it is what it is. These guys are all going to score points. We are just waiting for one driver, and that is Mr. Campbell Adams, so hopefully he does join in. But yes, 58 laps around Abu Dhabi, and it doesn't matter, even though we've got 13 on the grid, we've still got a very, very good competitive grid and big points up for grabs. Joining me in the comments box as always, Rift, good evening and good welcome and to Division 1 again.
Good evening, Astro. It's good to be back, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. Night race here in Abu Dhabi. It's a very tricky track and 100% race distance as well for the entire weekend. So I'm keen to get stuck in. I reckon it's gonna be. Should hopefully have some good racing, but it's always good under the lights here in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Really do like this track as well. And before we do go to the paddock and get amongst it and watch what these guys are going to do for us tonight, let's talk about a little bit of a recap last week's season. Winners from Monza. So coming up on your screens now. Round number 11 did give us a lot of drama last week, but Camel Adams and Burrito took out the 2 wins there for VCAB, and that is why VCAB have been your team of the week for round 11, which we will talk to TMT tomorrow night in Division 2. Sprinter Giggles dominated in Division 3. Falcon, fantastic win there for the Williams in Division 4. NDMV in the Ferrari having a fantastic season, I've got to say, in Division 5. And MPJ putting the pressure on the Haas team there, and also others getting the win there in Division 6. What was your thoughts to last week Monza Grand Prix?
Yeah, Monza's just always such a good watch, isn't it? There's so many battlings going on and constant action the entire time. That I found the strategy actually played a much bigger role than what I thought it would. It looked like across most of the races, the hard to medium was the better strategy, and majority of people did the medium hard, starting on that softer compounded tyre. But no, there was a lot of great racing, a few coming togethers, bit of drama, which is always good. But no, there's some great racing and definitely good results across the board for a few different teams across the division. So it's good to see as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. And right, we're on board with the guys in the paddock, and yeah, it was a very interesting race. What do you think we're going to see tonight and also across the weekend here in Abu Dhabi? Obviously, 58 laps. This is a long race, and obviously big points up for grabs with only 2 points in it at the moment in the overalls.
No, that's true, and Ferrari have been really dominant in this division. Dante and Jono, they've been rapid. But Fat Cat is back, so he'll be looking to have a big result. The Williams of Dito, he's been pretty good. For my liking, the Red Bulls have been one of those teams that's just gone under the radar a bit, but they've been scoring consistent double points most weekends, and I feel like they've had a pretty good low-key outings the last few weeks. But definitely Ferraris are going to be up there. Probably as well, the Astons, and also because it's a 100% race, warnings and penalties is going to be huge around this circuit as well. They're going to be driving for a very long time, and on old tyres that are aging, it's going to be hard to keep it on the black stuff for the entire race duration. So definitely one to watch out for penalties. They could be really big comes the end of this one.
Yeah, definitely. Don't forget 65,000 points for track selection. Get amongst it. We are going to be doing a lot of predictions throughout the night. We've got three guys on an out lap. Who do you want to jump on board with? Campbell Adams, Squash Josh, or Jamie Dodge? Campbell Adams is in the wrong car. He obviously forgets what car he drives. But yeah, who do you want to jump on board with?
Jamie's starting a lap now, so he's about to cross the line. So let's ride on board with him.
Over to you
For this one. So we go into turn number 1. On the brakes down to 4th gear, nicely nails the apex. Now up the hill, you want to take a bit of curb, which he does. Hold a tight line over that curb, over the crest, down the hill you go, burn the battery. Slam it on the brakes, hope the car has the grip to get it slowed down. Nice apex there. Back on the power as quick as you can, and then it's just foot to the floor down this first DRS straight. Over the AstroTurf, it's a bit smoother surface than the road, so a little bit of time to be gained here. Jumping on the brakes, look at all the track usage. This chicane is probably the hardest sequence of corners on the track, but he nails it, gets on the power really nicely. Back DRS back open, the second straight, burn the battery all the way down to 20%. Turns it off at about 17, jumping on the brakes, hook the car up, hug the apex like it's your favourite grandma, back on the power, back on the battery. Nails it. It's looked very hooked up so far. Now the hotel section, this part is where the lap can be won and lost. Takes a lot of curb, that's what you want to do. Minimise the distance you have to travel. Goes a bit wide, backs out of the throttle there to not invalidate. Back on the power, easy to invalidate here, but he keeps it well and truly clear. Flat out through here, burning the battery. One more corner to go. Kisses the apex, back on the power, across the line, and it is provisional pole, a 22-1. That looked really nice, SJ, and Campbell's just smashed that now, but that was a great lap with Jamie. But wow, Campbell Adams, a 21.5. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, the guy has got some serious pace. We know that for a fact. And we saw these guys. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a history lesson here. We saw these guys last season and they battled it out. And it was probably one of the most exhilarating races between Campbell Adams and Jamie Dodge. It was those 7 laps to go and they were literally wheel to wheel for 7 laps. It was just fantastic. It's on TikTok. Feel free to check it out. It's yeah, I think Jamie Dodge was in the Alpine. He may have been in an AlphaTauri. I'm not sure. It was a while back, but fantastic. So these two have got some serious pace. So this will be very interesting to see as they're both on the same team, even though Campbell Adams is in the wrong car, which is very unfortunate there. But we do have an outlap there of Fat Cat. This is a man I do want to have a little bit of a chat about. Last week, really, really unlucky getting that connection issue, causing problems, not scoring the most points. Jono obviously increasing on that gap. Is it too late for Fat Cat to try and pull back that championship?
I feel like there's still a lot, 6-7 races is a lot of opportunities and a lot of points up for grabs still, and I don't think the margin's been blown out completely to where he's outside of reach, but he can't really afford to make too many mistakes now come the end of the season. We know he's got lots of pace. It's good to have him back. He missed a few weeks ago, and obviously last week didn't go the way he wanted it to, but he can't really afford to put a foot wrong. It's kind of just hanging by a thread in terms of this title fight, but he needs a lot to go his way, and he needs to be really consistent. So we know he's got the talent and the pace. It's just whether he can string some good weekends together, and there's still plenty of points up for grabs, and here he goes now starting his first lap.
Yes, and I will take us on board coming up through the hill. Getting onto the curb there, hopefully that McLaren does not get in his way. He's going to get a nice little toe though, and I think he's actually pulled out there actually. He's not happy with his time there, Fat Cat, so he's actually going to go again. Who else do we have on that line? We've got Niall Jouer back with us in the Red Bull. Really good to see him back with us, and here we go. So he's about to start his lap, and here we go on board the Red Bull driver of Niall up into turn 1. Doesn't burn any ERS at all into turn 1. Very, very nicely there. Getting onto about a little bit of the ERS, burning up the hill getting a little bit more acceleration there, getting as far over to the left as possible, getting onto the curbs, pushes over to the right, 150, 100, then into the 50, coming around into the hairpin, all the way as tight as he can, getting a good exit onto the curb, following the blue line. DRS all the way now towards sector 2. This is where we will see most of the overtakes. But you've got to be careful because the second DRS zone is just as powerful as the first as he comes into the chicane. Get a little bit out of sorts there as he wiggles the car to the left-hand side, gets onto the curb, using as much of the track as possible into sector 2 at the moment. 21% ERS coming into the new layout of Abu Dhabi. If we remember, this is the new layout that they have added to the track for the last couple of years, or even 3 years. Coming into the last, probably the slowest part of the track, into sector 3 now, very, very nicely onto the curbs, getting a little bit out of sorts. This is not the cleanest lap from Niall, but he's keeping it within track limits onto the blue line to not go off onto the right hand side very nicely. Coming into the final corner now, all the way across the line, a little bit too wide to the left, and does a 1:21.95, not 1, P2 at the moment. Not the best of laps from Niall though. I think he can go a little bit quicker. Rift.
Yeah, I was gonna say that there were a few moments on that lap heading into the hairpin now. He went a little bit deep, and in that chicane in the middle sector as well. Just a few little errors there. Hotel section he wouldn't have been too happy with. Just car wasn't exactly where you'd want it to be placed, but that is by no means a bad effort. A 21.9, that is very quick, and you take Campbell out of the picture, and that's a stellar lap. But yeah, no, I think he'll be happy going into the rest of this session. He's definitely knows he's got time to find, and it is a big difference, 4/10. But you know, the track ramps up. You get a bit of mojo in the car. You nail a few corners that you didn't quite nail. You brake a little bit later. You get on the throttle a little bit earlier, and he can definitely go into this final run thinking he's a shot at pole.
Yes, I'm just going to put a prediction in now. Will Campbell Adams quali be beaten? Yes, no. And we've got 4 minutes. We'll put it into 2 minutes there. Guys, get your predictions in. There you go. Prediction is in. There we go. Is in. Will Campbell Adams time. Will Adams quali be beaten? Let's have a look. Yes or no? Get your predictions in. Remember, we still have time for track selection. Only one track. Rift, how many points are you on at the moment?
I'll have a check at the moment. I don't think it's enough, unfortunately. I'm only at 7k, so I'd love to pick a track right now, but we're struggling in the channel points. I haven't been doing too well in my pit window expectations and who wins and whatnot. So we've lost a few points there, but you know, on to the next one. But no, it's really good. Hopefully we get some cracker tracks to come in at the end. It's we've had some good ones lately, but yeah, you always want to end the season on a high and with the best racing at the best circuits. So there's plenty on offer, but yeah, all will be revealed in the not too distant future. Is Squash Josh around in the final corner up to the line? What does he do? And not a great improvement. The 22.5 for him in the Red Bull. So I can't actually see how much time's left. I think last time I checked it was about 5 or 6 minutes, so we'll be coming up to the final runs in the next few minutes. But right now, Campbell, it's his quali session of losers. Fat Cat also, he's jumped up to second with a 21.8. Dante's also done a 21.8, but in the mid-8. So the rest of the field's starting to find the pace here and starting to just work their way into it. But still, if you Campbell Adams 2.5 tenths to Fat Cat, you're feeling pretty good before the final runs. But no, the rest of the field's starting to catch up a little bit and trying to reel him in. Still anyone's game here.
Yeah, definitely, and you have to wait and see what happens at the moment. But yeah, this is going to be interesting to see if it's going to be beaten at the moment. 21.8, 21.5. There's some serious pace there at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, obviously 22.8's down the bottom there, all the way from P6 down to P14. So we'll have to wait and see. Yes, it is the light lobby tonight. Unfortunately, the few guys dropping out last minute, but it is what it is. We managed what we've got. We've got 14 on the grid. Everyone is going to score points. Why is Cameron in a different car? He accidentally pressed the wrong one. Unfortunately, he obviously doesn't know what car he drives, which has been unfortunate. I don't think it will be Optimus Strategies because, he's a completely different driver to Aiden is Raiden. But yeah, we'll just obviously have to change his results at the end of this. So what do you want me to do? Red flag it after quali? We've already delayed by quite a while. We'll just allow him to race in this car for the time being. I think I haven't heard anyone say anything about red flag or anything at the moment due to that situation. So no one said anything to me with the onboard. So yeah, as far as I'm aware. Shaz, if you're there, mate, are we red flagging it due to the car in the wrong car? Let me know if we are. Then yeah, we can go from there. If not, then we will continue. 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go. Only one person. Actually, no one thinks that Campbell Adams' time is going to get beaten there, Rift. What's your thoughts? Because we've seen Fat Cat beat Campbell Adams' time in Monza. So it is a little bit of a difference, 2/10, but do you think Fat Cat can find 2/10, or do you think Campbell can go even quicker?
I think both are correct statements. Campbell can definitely go quicker, but Fat Cat, all 14 of these cars on track's ramping up. And you can say that applies to Campbell as well, but like I was saying earlier, you got nothing to lose here. All out, going for pole, trying to get this championship back on track. You just got to go pedal to the metal and give it everything in your final run here in qualifying. And if you look at the splits, I mean, this whole field, first to 13th is covered by less than a second. Maraki's only 1.2 off, so it's a very close field. The top, what is that? The top 5 are separated by less than 4/10. Top 6 is 4/10, so it's very, very close. As I believe Nail is the first one to start his lap. The first car on track, 1:19 to go. DRS down towards the middle sector chicane. It's such a tricky corner, can catch so many people off guard. You got to utilize all the track limits as he comes through here. Hooked up, you don't want to touch that orange sausage curb, and he negotiates that nicely. DRS, burn the battery down towards the fast sweeping left hand of the new layout of this circuit here in Yas Marina. Holds a very tight line, which is what you want to do. Get up, back on the power, back on the battery, burn it all the way down until you got nothing left in the pack towards the hotel section. And boy, does that hotel look nice. Beautiful red lights above as we go underneath and through the section. As the car pretty hooked up, the Sauer's got to get a move along there, and he does. Into the penultimate corner, flat out, 5% in the battery, nothing left in the tank, up to the line. What's it going to be? He's gone off track. I think he's set a time. I think he went a little bit quicker, but it looked like it should have been an invalidation. But didn't come up with the red track layout, so I think he is all good, but P4 will be as high as he can get for tonight.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen there Fat Cat is 1.5 times up on his time. Campbell Adams is not up on his time at the moment. He looks like he will be done. Fat Cat coming around into Sector 3. Are we going to see an improvement here? Looking likely at the 7s. Doesn't look like we're going to see the 5s. It's so close at the moment. Let's have a look coming around in the final corner. He is using as much as he can of the track as possible. Getting a little bit all sorts there. 5-10! Campbell Adams now is coming around into the last couple of corners. Can he beat that time? Can he cause more problems? Can Campbell Adams keep pole position? Yes!
4 milliseconds.
5. Oh, that's insane there. Absolutely incredible there. Can this time be beaten? No, it cannot. And what a time that is. 0.004 between P1 and P2. Looks like we're going to have a nice little battle on our hands between the Aston Martin of Fat Cat and Campbell Adams.
Jamie!
Dodge up into 21.839. We've got Dante coming around the final corner as well. We've got the other
He's invalidated, Jono. Jono's invalidated.
Very poor qualifying from Jono there. Dante in that P4 position. Is he going to cause any problems? No. He gets, look how close he is to Jamie Dodge's time there. And then we've got Niall.
The back end.
Oh, that's insane. That is
JD
insane.
nearly lost it out of the last corner. 4 milliseconds. 4 1,000ths of a second between Fat Cat and Campbell Adams. I did not think we'd see a 21.5, but my goodness, what a lap from the two of them. I mean, neither one of them deserves to be P2, but wow, that is just unbelievable. That is a fraction of a second. A blink and you'll miss it. That's the gap between pole position and P2. What an insane end to this session. I could not believe he got it done. I felt good about him, but my goodness, what a lap by Campbell to go that one step. There's 5 milliseconds in the end, sorry.
Yeah, well,
but wow, what a finish to that qualifying session. Jamie, what a lap by him as well. Just sneakily just gets a lazy second row start. Dante, he'll be furious. Gap to Jamie was not that much, only 300ths of it, less than 300ths of a second. And yeah, that's the difference between third and fourth. But then Nail, he'll be really happy with that. Row 3 in the Red Bull. And again, Red Bull just trotting along nicely there. So Squash Josh didn't do too bad. Every car will be scoring points. So again, Red Bull just having a sneaky little good session here. But I mean, what a lap from these front two. I'm so excited for this race. It's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic to see there. And in quality, it was even though it was only 14 on grid, that was exhilarating to see. And we will do the background check now quickly. Squash Josh has been with Red Bull 2 seasons now, and he is P3 in the standings, I think, at the moment. I'll just give you a little bit of a background check before we do crack on with the race, so I will do as much as I can. 121 points, 5 points behind Boardstar in that P2, and yeah, he's looking for his first ever championship in Rush history. Was a director the last season, was the TP manager the following season before that, did a phenomenal job. And yeah, has done a lot for Rush over the last 3 seasons, and has been a very valuable part of Rush. So yeah, that is a bit of a background check about Josh. And to be honest with you, I couldn't see him in any other car, to be honest with you, apart from Red Bull. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. As we have a track selection. Oh my God, we've got track selection, and who is it? Keeper has chosen. What have you chosen? You've chosen. I'm going to let you take this one away, Rift. Over to you.
I'm keen to know this track selection, but we got 5 red lights that are out, and we are go. I think that is a great start from Fat Cat, and he's taken the lead into turn 1. Oh, Nail behind, nearly touched the back of Campbell, but it's Fat Cat from Campbell, then Nail, Jamie in P4, Dante holds 5th, the Saubers in 6th and 7th, make of that what you will, Dito in 8th, Lucky and Not, heading into the hairpin of the first sector. Look at Campbell, he's so close. Nail's got 2 positions off the line, as is Jono, and Meraki's got 4. Good start for him. Here we go. Look at the DRS train, look at the weaving down this first DRS straight. No DRS for this first lap though. Into the braking zone. Let's see if the braking boards make it. One of them's already gone. Oh, nice little dive bomb there from the RB of Jamie, trying to get that Red Bull counterpart in Nail down towards the second DRS straight. Campbell holding on to that P2 as the Red Bull behind of Nail's gone purple in the middle sector. He is looking all over the back of that Alpine. And wow, what a start from Fat Cat. He just got a beautiful launch off the line, took the lead and had the car length into turn 1 as well. And Lucky's got a penalty for multiple warnings already. Lap 1 was brought that up in qualifying. That's going to be big. Try and keep a tabs of the race director, but Lucky, that's not going to help your chances getting a 3-second penalty on lap 1. Might have been a bit of argy-bargy at the back, but what a start for Fat Cat on the mediums.
Absolutely fantastic start there, as we can see a few guys on mixed strategies, mediums, most of the grid. We've got Jono, JF7 and Squash Josh on those hards. A great start for Fat Cat there out in front. He got the job done on Campbell Adams. Very well done there, Briff. Fat Cat looks like he's going to have a fantastic race. So is Campbell and so is Niall. So even though this is a long race to go, Niall is ready to pounce and make a move on Campbell Adams going into turn 1. Is he going to be able to do it? We are seeing people move over to the right and to the left-hand side, right and left. And there you go. Campbell Adams doesn't make any changes at the moment, as we're seeing an Aston Martin and JF7 looking to make a move on Aiden's Raiden. Does he get the move done? Yes. No, he doesn't. He's going to go side by side with Lockie in the McLaren. Oh, we're going to have to hold our voice here tonight, Riff, because it looks like we're going to have some fantastic action. I know there's only 14 cars, but what we've seen already starting is... Oh, look at this. We've got Lockie and Squash Josh going side by side around the outside of the loop. Lockie tries to get the move done, has a little bit of a tap to the Red Bull, does get the move done. Is he going to be able to hold the line? This is a battle for points, though. I know it's 13 from 14.
Oh my
goodness. And I think Josh has locked up. Lockie holds his line. He's got the better line, and he gets that position back up into P13. They do not want to be battling that much, Rift, because they will lose time to the front of these cars, and you do not want to lose DRS here.
Yeah, that's true. And in the middle of all of that, Dante and Alex Keeley, I'm not sure if that is Kalki or Calco, pardon me, but they were going side by side through the hotel section and actually made contact. Neither of them got damaged. Both of them nearly spun around there in this battle for 5th and 6th. It was absolutely unbelievable to see. Also, Campbell Adams, he had first time in DRS, he was waving his little DRS flap to Nail behind. He was right all over the back of him, and he is again now 2.5 tenths. But so many battles going on here, SJ, as the Ferrari just trying to get a bit of clean air, not overheat the engine as we head into the first big braking zone in the chicane. Campbell all over the back of Fat Cat, and he's got Niall all over the back of him. It's just a beautiful DRS train. And the Saubers, look at them trying to gang up on Tante in that Ferrari, and they're in a Ferrari sandwich. Johnny behind on the hard tyres. That's going to be one to watch out for comes another 10 minutes of racing and 10 laps time. But what a start from these drivers.
Absolutely fantastic start, and we've now got track selection down to 55,000. So get your votes in. It's dropping slowly, which is really good. The two tracks at the moment are Baku and Spa on the season 10 calendar. Where are they going to be? We'll have to wait and see. But we're on lap 3 out of 58. A long way to go in this race, and we've got a big DRS train at the moment, all the way down to P10 there. And there we go. Campbell Adams doing the fastest time at the moment. But this is the question: is when are these guys going to make the moves? When are these guys going to make the overtakes? They could do this for nearly 40 laps and still not make an overtake till that last lap. But this is not PSGL, unfortunately, and these guys will make overtakes whenever they want to or whenever they choose to do at the moment. And Fat Cat doing a great job. This is massive for Fat Cat, I've got to say, Rift, with Jono in P8 and Fat Cat in P1. Great opportunity for Fat Cat in this championship now.
Yeah, you couldn't have scripted a better start for Fat Cat, but again, it's a long way to go still. And but so far as I put a foot wrong, a long way to go, like we're saying. But perfect start for him, and Jono is on that tyre offset, so things could start to come his way come the back end of this Grand Prix. But for now, it's advantage to Fat Cat.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And Fat Cat in P1 at the moment. We've got Campbell, then Niall, then Jamie Dodge, then Dante, then Kalki, then Keithy, then Jono, then Dido, Mareki, Don, Lockie, JS7, Squash Josh, and Aiden is Raiden are your top 14 at the moment. And who's having a great night? It is the Kicks again, P6 and P7, falling off the overalls at the moment. Need to be getting those points back up. And it's a really, really good night as well for VCarb, who did get Team of the Week. They are in P2 and P4. Take no notice of that Alpine. That is a VCarb car. Well, it should be a VCarb car, unless we can paint it very quickly. But Fat Cat leading the way, 7.5 times. Is he going to be able to try the pull the DRS on Campbell Adams on lap 5? Doesn't look like it, but we have got a big DRS train. Look at it, it is massive. And yeah, doesn't look like anyone's going to go for a move at the moment, Rift. And we're on lap 5. Give me a prediction. What can we put as a prediction?
I was going to say pit window, but we're on 100% race distance, so it's not going to be what I'm used to thinking it would be. Could go maybe potential lead change in the next 5 laps or something along those lines. But I mean, Fat Cat, he's really taking great care of his battery at the moment. He's had about 90% starting going down that first DRS straight, and he's got about 20% in hand against Campbell Adams behind. But he's gained a lot of time, Campbell, this last lap. He was struggling to keep on the back of his tail. He was consistently about half a second behind, but he's definitely closed the gap in. And every time I wanted to say as well, going into this hotel section, they are just all over each other. They are so close to making contact every time they go through this hotel section. But look at Campbell, less than 2 tenths behind him in this final sector. So he gets back on the power to start, and he sets the fastest lap of the race, a 26.9. That is an incredible lap on these mediums that are 6 laps old. Fat Cat went a bit wide. I'm not sure if that's a warning or not, but might have just kept it in track limits. I feel like that prediction might be paying out really good. Get your bets in while you can, because he's less than 2.5 tenths going into the hairpin. Oh, look at the nose. He's shown it on the power now. Look at Fat Cat. He's got so much battery. He's on 90% at the start of that straight. Don't think it'll matter, because he'll go for a look in the second DRS zone, or he'll just go for it now. Around the outside, under braking. Campbell Adams retakes the lead of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, as here is Fat Cat behind. Look at, he's got 50% battery in hand. He will get this back for sure, burning the pack. Campbell's got nothing to play with. He's just going to sweep easily around the outside, and he gets it done before they get to the braking point. What a move, and what a nice little switcheroo from Campbell, and then back to Fat Cat. And Niall is still now 4 tenths. He's caught a bit of time. He dropped to about 7 tenths off. He's back within 4, and 3 tenths behind is Jammy. So very close racing here. And I've got a feeling this track produces some good overtaking and lots of opportunity. We might see a lot more of that as the night goes on.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. We can see. I've just put the prediction in there, and the voting is: will we see the top 3 change before lap 15? So yeah, if you're a betting man, let's go for it. Long way to go though before lap 15, with 23 seconds to go. Not many people wanting to bet tonight. We'll have to wait and see. We have had a track selection though. Spa is on the calendar for season 10, and I want to talk a little bit about that, because we do have a little bit of a dull, well, not a dull moment, but a bit of a break. Spa on the track for season 10 wasn't on the calendar this season. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's definitely a statement to not have it on the calendar, but in real life it's taking a bit of a hiatus as well over the next few years. So, look, it's a great track, it's an iconic track, it's historic, and more often than not, the racing is excellent, as the DRS mark has been destroyed there. And so we'll come back to that, as Cam was just going around the outside. He's burned all the pack to make that move, but he has got it. And he is back into the lead. So these two are just swapping positions every lap now. It's starting to become a bit more of a common factor. But yeah, Campbell back ahead, and he's pulled a nice little gap here, about nearly 6 tenths as we head under the hotel section and back into the penultimate corner. But yeah, Spa, it's an excellent track. It was definitely interesting not having it on the calendar. I think sometimes we've seen in real life overtaking can be pretty tricky. It's mainly through our Rouge and then that big DRS straight, where majority of the overtakes happen in real life, and sometimes it's really hard to get that move shaped up if your tyres are struggling to follow in turn 1 and get the car turned in and just get that better traction, better run down the hill and up the hill famously. But it's a fun track to drive. That last sector, if you've got the car set up well and you're on fresh tyres, it's just so beautiful to drive. It's just smooth and seamless. Just throwing the car around such an iconic track, it just feels great. As now Fat Cat, he's going back into the lead, and he will not get DRS in this second straight, but again, he's just managing his battery so well. He's got about 40% in hand compared to Campbell Adams, and he will burn that thing. But he'll back off now. Campbell, he's going to make him force him to the inside. He will get the move done, and this battling might see their tyres start to go off here. The weaving and you know, sudden braking and moving under braking might see them wear through their tyres, and Niall's just sitting there nicely. He's up 2 places. from his qualifying position. Jamie and Dante both down 1. Dante has lost DRS to Jamie, so that 5th position downwards is going to break away, and we could see another separate battle there as the Sauer is half a second off and Keith behind him in 6th and 7th. So that's going to be a little battle just to keep aware of. And Jono is on those hard tyres, the rest are on the mediums, and then JD and Squash Josh both on the hards. The rest of the pack on the mediums.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've just seen there that Dante got the move done on Kalki there, but he's out of the DRS at the moment, which is really unfortunate. So he needs to get back in that DRS because he is a sitting duck at the moment. He can see the guys in front, but he just can't reach them. So that's going to be very interesting there. We're seeing Niall getting out of the dirty air there of these guys in front, and these guys are still going at it. People are talking about 100% at Spa. What's your thoughts on that? Well, what's your thoughts on 100% races? And before you say that, thank you very much for the resub, Keeper. Really appreciate that, mate. Love the support. Yeah, back to you, Rick. What's your thoughts of 100% at Belgium, and what do you think of 100% races?
Well, first of all, 100%ers, I can't say I do them too often, but it's always good fun, and it feels very rewarding when you cross the line and you see the checkered flag. It feels like it's a big story, and there's lots of battling, and you always have a chance. You're never out of it. Whereas in these shorter sprint formats we're seeing in real life, one mistake and that's pretty much your race done. So it gives you opportunity to stay in the race and have a chance to compete and still do really well. Like get a podium, like best case could be a podium still with a big crash. So it gives you a lot of chances. It feels very rewarding when you cross the line and see the checkered flag. And around Spa in particular, that track, it is so much fun to drive, and also weather is such a big feature there. And when you have 100% race distance, you're more than likely going to see some weather change occur at some point in the race. And a track like Spa, driving in the dry is amazing, let alone hauling that thing around in the wet, trying to keep it on the track. You have cars battling and going off, and switching from dry to wet, then back to dry as the Ferrari Jono gets Keith into that hairpin. That's one Ferrari up, one Sauber down. That's a big battle we've got in the constructors at the moment. Alex Keeley, I think it's Kalki, still trying to get past Dante, but he's caught the back of Jamie now and got some DRS, so that is crucial for Dante. But yeah, Ferrari, they had the Saubers in a sandwich, and now they're starting to make their way through the field. Jono might be starting to bear the fruits of having that harder compounded tyre at this stage in the race.
Yeah, you can see that now. He has made a few spots from P9 to P7, so we'll have to wait and see. Not the best of qualifying for Jono, which he does know. He does say that his qualifying is not the best, but he is leading in this championship standings at the moment. But the man that is trying to hunt him down are out in front. And Jono currently at the moment is 3.1 seconds behind them, so there's hardly anything in it at the moment, and it is a big DRS train all the way down. As you can see now that Dante has pulled in that DRS, and he is now behind Jamie Dodge, and we now have a 8 DRS train battle on lap 11 out of 58, so really good to see. And talking about Belgium, yeah, I think it's a great track, and 100% there. What the guys are suggesting, it's long, I'll tell you that right now. It's 1 minute 42 or 41. So yeah, 100%, and there will be a long one. But yeah, still interesting, and going to be interesting to see how many 100% races and sprint races. But yeah, two interesting tracks. One street track, one obviously neutral track so far chosen. Baku by Dynasty and Spa by Keeper. And on another note, you might have seen today an announcement went out, a few things gearing up into season 10, not there yet, but season 10 sign-ups are open. and the poll has opened as well. And you are also aware, just let you know as well, some great news that merchandise has been approved and is on its way. So we will have a sample of the Rush teamwear and Rush t-shirts and hoodies for you guys to get involved in as well, and to customise your order, which I know a few of you have put your name up for. So I'm really excited to see that, seeing all the designs being made, and it looks absolute pristine, I've got to say. Primo. You put yourself down for some merchandise there, Riv?
I was going to say this is the first I'm hearing it, but you love to hear it. That is great. That's awesome. I definitely. Yeah. Oh, I saw the announcement. I've signed up for next season, but I just have a skim through it. I was, rushed for dinner tonight, but yeah, no. Oh, there's Jamie and Niall. He's got around the Red Bull and he's got the Ferrari for company on the exit. He's going to lose 2 places in one corner, and then Jono, he's got the other Sauber of Kalki, and he is through both the Ferraris tag teaming that Red Bull. He's just lost 3 places. He might have an issue because now the Sauber's got past. Has he got a puncture or some wing damage as he's nearly taken out Keith? He's going really slowly. His front wing looks to be intact, but that is really strange. He just went from 3rd to 8th, and I'm not sure, is his AI driving or something must have happened because he's just plummeted down the field and dropping like a fly. But that's Jono up 5 places now, and Ferrari ahead of the Saubers. So that is crucial. And the constructors for Ferrari were saying how dominant they've been in the last few weekends, and perfect start so far for them. Jamie now, he can hunt after the front 2, but bit of a gap to close them in. The Ferraris will be looking to maybe get the podium position here, and then Dante can just release Jono on those hard tyres to try and reel in the front 2. But as for the merch, I'm really keen to. I haven't actually seen it yet, so I've got to check it out and place an order. As here goes Fat Cat for the lead in that middle sector chicane, jumps on the brakes, gets the job done, and pulls it up, but it's not completely done because now we have the next DRS straight. He's managing his battery beautifully. He's always got a good 20% in charge minimum. As Campbell Adams, looks like he's just going to think better of it and hold off, as Jamie's 1.8 still, but Dante and Jono behind are reeling them in as the Saubers are actually starting to fall away from the Ferraris. They can't, struggling to keep up here. Will we see a switch? I'm not sure, but yeah, unfortunate for Niall. He was having a stellar race so far. He was going to be my early call for driver of the day if he had to go off the first 12 or so laps. But yeah, that's really unfortunate. I'm not quite sure what happened there with the Red Bull, but still a long way to go.
Yeah, definitely. Him dropping down has changed the grid up massively. Jamie Dodge in that P3, Dante in that P4, and Jono in that P5. And yeah, down into P8. No, he's still here apparently. He's I don't know. He just may have had a few issues with his wheel. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see if anyone's got any comments for us, TP or anyone. Yeah, no, you won't see the match yet. Just waiting for a sample. So samples will be myself in the next week or so, and then we'll then put the. But they've all been created. All the test models have all been done of all the teams, all the logos in 3 different designs as well. So very exciting. And really excited to get out to the community as well. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. That's something we've been wanting to do for a long time, and I think we finally got there. So yeah, I don't know if people might get this season. I'm not sure, but we'll have to wait and see, because obviously next season they may not be racing for the same team. And good to see that you signed up as well, because yeah, it's going to be a very exciting last season for Rush on this game as well. So plenty more races to go, but we are here tonight with Division 1 at Abu Dhabi. This is the last one, and these guys then have a break week for a week. So yeah, they're going to have a nice little break to see how they're going to go with silly season. Are we going to see any of these drivers still at the same teams in silly season? We'll still have to wait and see at the moment. But if you are tuned in with us and wanting to see what's going on, we've got Fat Cat in P1, Camelans in P2, Jamie Dodge in P3, and that prediction is just about to finish. Will we see the top 3 change before lap 15? Well, I'm glad some of you have said yes, because that top 3 has changed. You've got Fat Cat at the front, Camelans in P2, and Jamie Dodge in P3. So Niall has dropped all the way down into P8. Thoughts at the moment of Ferrari's situation in the overalls? 2 points out in front. It is extremely close. How do you feel about your team as well? Do you feel that you've chopped off a little bit over the overalls in the last few weeks, or do you feel that you can bounce back?
Yeah, it's definitely been a drop off in the last month, Sauber, which isn't great. I have been struggling in a few races, and then across a few divisions, we haven't been getting the results we would have liked. So, but Monza, I think overall was a positive weekend. We had some really good results last time out, which is good. It kind of, I'd like to say, it ended the slump because it was a good few week patch there where we were just struggling. A lot of divisions were struggling to score big points. So, but Monza, we had a much bigger points haul, and that's seen us climb back up a little bit. But yeah, Ferrari, they're just so quick and consistent across a lot of the divisions. So yeah, they've got a really good thing going at Ferrari. But Sauber, the focus is just still do your best you can each week and maximise the points you can get and finish the race as well to try and score. So we're definitely coming a long way. And Niall, he's got a 3-second pen, multiple warnings. He has pitted, so that could be that pit entry penalty that we saw earlier. Before this race on the Discord, but so I'm sure we might have a review of that. But Jono's been released now. Dante's let him through on those hard tyres to go after the top 3. Jamie actually caught up the top 2, so that is incredible. That gap was 1.8. He's now less than half a second behind as Campbell Adams looks to make a move. The Saubers, there's no team orders there. They were really squabbling a few laps ago in this chicane. They were going tooth and nail at it, and they needed to be careful because of Niall behind, but now he's come in, so that must be an undercut to try and jump the Saubers. But yeah, overall, still pretty good points position thus far, 6th and 7th. That's good points, but Ferrari 4th and 5th, so no net gain, unfortunately. But still a long way to go, and across all the divisions, anything can happen. So
Yeah, no, I'd just like to hear people's insights as well, and we'll touch base on that in a bit. I just want to talk about this race. We're on lap 16 out of 58, and this is anyone's race. Look how close it is between the top 5, all on the DRS train. Haven't picked yet. You've got Campbell out in P1, Fat Cat behind in P2, Jamie Dodge in that P3, Jono on those hard, so he's going for an alternative strategy here. And then you've got his teammate behind there in Dante in P5. Then you've got Kalki, Keithy, P6 and P7, very, very close. They just don't seem to leave each other at all. They always seem to be very, very close by. You've got then JF7 on those hards in P8, which will probably get the move done on these guys in a second, as he is on the better tyre. Squash Josh is on those hards, 2.8 seconds back. You've then got Maraki Don in that P10 position in McLaren. You've then got Lockie, the other McLaren of P11. Dido coming into the pits, going on to those mediums. Niall going on to those hards as well, getting that 3 second, as you did say, and that was announced in the Discord, so make sure you've got your race director and recorder. And then we've got Aiden as Raiden, who has had a little bit of a struggle tonight on those 4-lap hards. But yeah, I do want to talk a little bit about that. It is probably one of the closest battles we've seen in the overall. 2 points, 6 races to go, and it just keeps changing every week. We've seen Kick dominate for a few weeks. We've then seen the we've got 2 double overtakes going on here. We've got Campbell and then we've got
Ferrari.
John Omi's going around the outside of Jamie Dodge. Those hards, do they have the grip? He's stuck.
But there's Campbell.
Oh, he chose to squeeze Campbell. Oh, this is extremely tight. He doesn't go for the move. He keeps the position, going still side by side with Jamie Dodge, keeping it clean very nicely. Look at that. Oh,
he's not giving up. He's not giving up.
That was Jamie Dodge. He's going around the outside
look
as well.
at that.
Does he get the move done? Better tyres, better grip. Yes, he does, and he's out in front into P3. Great racing between Jono and Jamie Dodge there, but Jamie Dodge is not going to give that up. He's going to want that position back, have those hard hit time, temperature, and they will be pushing on now, and they'll be pushing on Campbell Adams and Fat Cat. As I was saying before we saw a little bit of action there, it is absolutely exhilarating at the moment, the overalls. 2 points in it, 6 races to go. Oh, a mistake there from Campbell. I think it was.
Jono.
And Jono has got very close, and he looks like he is ready to pounce. We will jump on board with an onboard, and I'll let Riff take this one away before I come back to the overalls again.
Yeah, for sure. And I'd just like to say as well, in that hotel section, both Jamie and Jono left just enough room. It was great respect because I thought for sure Jamie was going to get forced off track in that part where you go underneath the hotel and it's the double left-hander. I thought for sure he was going to go off and cop a warning, but Jono left just the perfect amount of room, and Jamie just made the corner and just kept it on the track. So that was just great respect. Campbell was going really slow through, charging the pack this section of the track this time last lap, and Jono kind of got boxed in. He couldn't. He had to go around the outside, and then he had Campbell in front of him. So he was boxed in a little bit. But these hards have definitely come into their own. These mediums, I'd say, are about to hit a wall. But still, great pace from Jamie. He's not falling off at all, and Dante's just sticking to the back of him. The Saubers now they're a bit over 4 seconds behind a little train there down to P8. But what a battle we've got going on here. Aston Martin will be thrilled. They're currently, well, they were leading and looking really strong and haven't had the greatest last couple of weeks, but they got their driver back out in P1 and P8 as well, so that's a good points haul for them. And Fat Cat is really controlling this race really nicely. And again, just his battery management. Every time he starts this straight, he's got 90% in hand. It's just unbelievable. As now Campbell, through he goes, and this is going to happen all night long. As he has a little lock up into the hairpin, getting it stopped. And now here goes Fat Cat, 95% battery to start this straight. Campbell, he's kind of just got out of there really quickly, and I think Fat Cat might just sit a lap behind, charge the pack, go easy on the tyres and go again next time round. But you can't go too easy because you've got Jono on those hards behind. They are in peak condition at the moment. But yeah, Fat Cat's just really controlling this nicely. He's controlling the pace of the train. He's controlling the battery really well, and he's defending, but it's not the be-all end-all if he doesn't come out and start the last sector in first place. We've seen him do this a couple of times. He's happy to just sit behind and then not break the bank in terms of deploy all your battery just to get in the lead. It's a long way to go, and you can get him the next lap. So he's really controlled this nicely, I've thought.
Yeah, no, they're doing an absolutely fantastic job out there at the moment. Jono is getting very close to Fat Cat, though. 3.5 tenths on those hards, 19 laps on those mediums. I'm going to ask you for another prediction here, Rift. We're on lap 20 out of 58. What's your thoughts? What's the next prediction?
My next prediction, I'd like to say involving Jono because of the tyre offset. Will he be in P1 or P2 within the next... when's the pit window? Probably another 10 laps or so. The tops they'll go on these mediums. So
before
question is, will
10?
Jono
before 10? Alright, what lap? Before lap 30?
I'll probably go before lap 30 because they'll probably stop before lap 30. So can Jono get any moves done on track before they come into the pits? I'll say.
So will Jono be P1 before lap 30 or after lap 25?
Yes.
Okay, cool. There we go.
Yes. Lovely.
Cool. Hang on. I was going to do it for 30 seconds. I'll do it for 2 minutes. There we go. The guys, there's another prediction. I'm letting Rift do the predictions. Yeah, no. Going back to the overalls. Things can change very quickly as we've seen dominant performance in Ferrari in Division 1, but then it just doesn't, it seems to go all over the place in the other divisions as well. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? That's the beauty of the overalls at the moment. Like, we've got, just probably bring that up, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams in the thousands and 3 teams in the 900s. So, you know, one team has one bad race, it's back on. It's that quick, which is amazing.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. From each division, there's huge swings within the weekend in terms of points hauls. I mean, race to race across any division, any constructor can smash it, but it doesn't paint the full picture, does it? So Ferrari again looking really strong. Sauber Keith has dropped now a few places down to P9. The Aston of JD got passed not too long ago. But yeah, now Squash Josh has gotten him, and then they are on the hard compound tyres as well. As they're going at it here, Keith and Squash Josh. He's got him back, so those hard runners who started towards the back starting to find their way up the field now. But yeah, back to the front here. This is such a close train. I mean, the gaps are less than half a second every time through this hotel section. And Jono, he's just got to keep his cool. He's got the better tyres. He's got the pace, of course, but Campbell and Fat Cat aren't doing him any favours. He's gets out of the hot air as well there and tucks back onto the racing line, but he's just got to keep his cool. He will inherit this lead when they stop. It's just going to be how long do they go, and then they got a ton of brand new hard tyres. So they'll be lapping a lot quicker than what he will when they stop. But then obviously Jono again will have even better tyres on the mediums at the end, but how long will they go until their performance starts to die off? They've had a pretty good run so far, the medium runners, 22 laps in, and they're still lapping rapidly down the grid, though a few of them are starting to fall away. But yeah, the last medium runner that's done a lot of laps is Keith, with 21 laps on those. As here we go into the hairpin. What a move by Fat Cat. I think Campbell made a bit of a mistake there, and Jono, he's looking to pounce. Look at him burn the battery. Campbell does not want to give up this P2 because he knows if he gives up P2, that shot at the lead's gone. Look at them go into the swinging left-hander. They had nowhere to go to Jono. Absolutely hung out to dry. Fat Cat burning the battery, held on, and he is lucky to keep that P2 as Jono shows the nose, tucks back behind, thinks better of it. But yeah, like I was saying, if one of these drivers lose out to Jono, I don't think they're getting that place back, at least not on this stint. So that is crucial for both of them to keep a top 2 position and keep that Ferrari behind, because he very well nearly had his way round the outside and also into the hotel section. He showed the nose, and again he's getting out of that dirty air, so he's really trying to keep the engine temps down so he's got the straight line speed to have a go on the straights. He was tucked behind Campbell on that second aero straight and he just couldn't gain, and then Fat Cat was just like a sitting duck, and he made sure he held the inside. He's going to force these drivers to go the long way around, and it paid dividends for him because Jono, he shows the nose. I think there might have been contact. Oh my goodness. There's constant battles every corner. Fat Cat on the battery. Campbell Adams down to 10%. He's got nothing in air, and he could very well lose out a bunch of places on this next straight. Fat Cat now holds a tight line beautifully on the throttle. Don't want any wheel spin, and here we go. Jono didn't have the greatest exit. He's about half a second back, so Fat Cat should be able to make this. He shows the nose, tucks back behind it, and they'll settle down for another lap. SJ.
Yeah, no, it's really kicking off there at the moment in that top 3. We saw a little bit of drama there between Aiden's Rain and Lockie. Then we saw Niall get the move done on his teammate as well. So it's really starting to get into the groove now when we're going to start to see some pit stops. 22 laps on the mediums. These tyres must be hurting. We'll have to wait and see what's happening. Jono's staying in there at the moment, and he just needs to stay in there a little bit longer as they go again. And these guys are still going. It is 5 of them all together. 2 Ferraris and 2, basically, well, you would say it's 1 Alpine and 1 V-Carb, but it's 2 V-Carbs as well. So a little bit of team comms there could be for Jamie Dodge and Campbell Adams at the moment. So 2 teammates, so basically 4 teammates altogether. So 2 Ferraris, 2 V-Carbs going at it. And obviously Fat Cat is the odd one out at the moment, but he's doing a fantastic job. But the problem is he's actually nearly lost the DRS to Campbell Adams. He does get it just 9.5 tenths. So he might have been caught asleep there, but he does put it back in. It's very, very quick to put it back in. He needs to be very careful because Jono is itching to get a move, and that prediction is still in the wings as well. Raided, thank you very much. Thrasher Dave Gaming, thank you very much for the raid, mate. Much appreciated. Lewis, thank you very much for the comments. Love the comments, mate. And yeah, Rift is a very good commentator. Fat Cat round the outside. Can he get the move done? Is it tyre versus tyre? It's medium versus medium. 23 versus 23. They're going to go side by side. We've seen these guys do it all before. Fat Cat gets a better line, but Campbell goes round the outside. Fat Cat leaves him room. Jono is itching to get a move done because he's definitely hurting his tyres on those hards. And Fat Cat into P2 and Campbell Adams out in P1. Fat Cat is definitely going to come in.
And he's in. He's pulled the trigger.
He's called it. He's had enough. And hopefully he doesn't get a pen. No, he doesn't. And I'm surprised we didn't see the other guys coming in. I thought we might have seen Dante go in. But Campbell Adams now 5.5 tenths. Can Jono stay with him, Rift, on lap 25 out of 58?
Yeah, well, you got the feeling any second one of them was going to pull the trigger, and he does. Jono, this should be a pretty textbook move. He should get this done into the first chicane, and then hopefully he's got battery to hold on the next straight. Campbell doesn't have much charge left in the pack. But yeah, well, it's really starting to kick off, and that would have killed Jono's tyres and his pace. This is really good from the medium runners. They're all kind of ganging up on Jono. He's got a lot more pace than what he's currently lapping at behind this traffic, and pardon me, he's going through his tyres while sitting in traffic. We've seen him weaving to get some clean air. As here he comes now, should be pretty textbook. He's going to go to the inside. Campbell just allows him to take the inside. And that is job done for Jono. He gets the move done before on lap 25 for the prediction. But yeah, when Campbell and Fat Cat were going side by side into it, makes you hold your breath a bit. But it's just great racing to see. And the tyres will be screaming through this part of the track as well. There's the undulation and the double left hand of the track falls away from you. The car wants to understeer off track limits, and now that is Jamie and Dante both in on the mediums as well. So it's going to be really interesting. They're going to try and cover the Fat Cat undercut. He is on the hard, so he's going to have one lap older tyres. And I'd say, depending on how strong DRS is around here, two straights can gain you lots of time just by sitting in the train. But as they come across the line, here comes Fat Cat. He's gone purple in the final sector, just for reference, and he's going to absolutely clear Jamie and Dante with ease. That's going to be a huge gap and well and truly clear DRS.
Yeah, definitely, and we're
There's
seeing
a yellow flag as well ahead. It's Josh.
Josh has had a bit of an incident there, and I don't know what's happened. No front plates gone or anything, so no drama there. So good racing there. I'm just trying to see how far Fat Cat is away from the leader. 16 seconds. So Jono and Fat Cat are going to have to make decisions. Sorry, Jono and Campbell Adams are going to have to make decisions sooner or later. As we're seeing moves go on there, is Squash Josh gets the move done on Keithy there up into P7, and Niall is up into P3 where he belonged earlier on, but he's on very old tyres.
There goes Fat Cat as well. This could be a double overtake for him. He gets Squash Josh, and now Keith is in his sights. He's weaving the wheel in frustration. He doesn't want to be stuck behind this traffic, and he's got it running up the inside. What a move! There was barely any room, and he just finds a way to get that car pulled up. Holds his inside line, has the grip on those brand new hard compound tyres. That is an excellent move from Fat Cat, and he is not playing around. He is getting a move on. That gap now to the Ferrari and V-Carb is growing exponentially. Good 4.5 seconds that'll be now, and Fat Cat is already breaking DRS and he's chasing the top six. And he's set the fastest lap, 25.9, while overtaking a car in that sweeping left-hander in the final sector. That is unbelievable from the Aston Martin driver.
All right, I think we bring in one more prediction. I think, what do you reckon, mediums or hards to win this race? How about that?
That's a good one. I will back in the hards purely because I believe Jono is going to be the only medium runner. He will be rapid and very quick. I don't think those tyres will hold on. I'd much rather be on worn hards than worn mediums comes lap 58 of this Grand Prix.
There you go, 20-minute prediction, ladies and gentlemen, so plenty of time. Mediums or hards are going to win this race, so there you go, get your predictions, and that's the final prediction, and then we'll be bringing into driver of the day later on around about lap 50. So, yeah, plenty of action still to go on. There you go, there's the leader.
Keithy. Oh, he could have gone for it, Keith, there, and P8 on Josh. They're on equal tyres as Dante is absolutely screaming, trying to get past.
He's lost the
has a late lunge down the inside. Contact is made. He's going to have to hold it around the outside, and he will get that done.
Oh, Jamie dodge.
Keith will not be happy. Jamie's going to try and follow him through. Aiden's got a penalty. Jamie around the outside. Niall staying out still, but both of them get past the Sauber, and they are on the fresher tyres, but I think Keith's going to be pretty filthy with that, as now Dante in the back of Josh is pushing him into turn one. Look at that vision. Holds it, and he's going to show the inside. He backs off the throttle. This is killing him, and Fat Cat will love this. Aiden's got another penalty, and he just wants to get past his burning battery in frustration. Does a Max Verstappen-esque lunge up the inside into the hairpin. Bit of frustration there. He will get DRS. Jamie is going to follow him through now. DRS enabled, and that Red Bull is starting to drop down the field. He needs to pit for some brand new mediums because those hards have just about had it. Aiden's got 10 seconds as well. I think he might call it a night for his Grand Prix. and Keithy, he has Keithy behind Squash Josh trying to get past. The leaders are through now, but it absolutely took them forever, as here comes Fat Cat. He's in a purple middle sector up the inside of Dito, and he is through. Teammate JD would have, I'm sure, not made life too hard for him as they head into the final sector under the hotel, and it looks magnificent here on this night in Abu Dhabi. And Fat Cat now 7 seconds off of Niall, who's got a long way to go on those hards. If going to the end, I'd say he'll be stopping again. And Jono out front, but he's set the fastest lap again, a 25.5, so he is on fire at the moment. Fat Cat, he is lapping rapidly, and he is catching. He's already got it sub 7 seconds to the Red Bull ahead, so he's on a charge, and that gap now to Dante behind has grown. There's a second to Dito, 2.6 down to JD, plus 5 seconds, so you're looking at 7.5 seconds the gap now, so that is huge. Well, he was in his DRS before they pitted. Gap's now over 7 seconds. That is great if you're Aston Martin, and JD did his job. He's going to be coming in anytime shortly, but yeah, great drive from him tonight. He's really putting on a clinic.
Yeah, definitely. We can see them making those changes as well, Jono. 28 laps on those hards, continuing at the moment. 2.6 seconds out in front of Niall on those 13-lap hards. Then he's got Fat Cat on those 4 laps, who is absolutely flying at the moment. And, well, look at the difference between the undercut between him and Campbell Adams. As you can see there, 18 seconds, Campbell to P1. And, yeah, massive difference at the moment. Campbell Adams in traffic. Not what he wants. Not what he wants at all, because the DRS, if his teammate, well, he's got his teammate in front, so I reckon we're going to be seeing team orders here. Dante does have that front left plate missing. So something's happened there to the Ferrari, and that's going to hurt his race. But so far, so good. We're seeing Jamie Dodge. He's going to move over for his teammate. We'll have to wait and see. Campbell Adams needs to...
He's not.
Well, he's not at the moment, which is quite unusual to see. You'd think that he would move over for him, but he's on the better tyres. There's only 2 laps difference between them. Let's have a look. Let's see if Campbell Adams is going to make the move.
He's just got DRS onto Dante. I think that's why Jamie didn't let him through. So now he can let his teammate through, and his teammate will keep DRS in the back of that Ferrari. So that's good teamwork there down at VCarb. And Campbell is up now, and he should be very close by the time they get to the next detection zone. He is sub 1 second. So there he goes. He's got DRS back on the Ferrari. Who has caught JD on the 29 lap old hards. He will just try and make life hell for these two behind it. They've already been through quite a bit. So they go into the long sweeping left-hander under the DHL billboard sign there. And look at Dante, going to hook it round the outside. Here we go again. He's not shied away from making a move here last second, trying to go up the inside. I think someone might have got a bit of damage. He's already lost that front end plate. He's made contact. Here comes Campbell Adams behind, all over the back of both of them. Dante now trying to find his way past this Aston. He's doing his job perfectly. Absolutely lovely scenes if you're the Aston Martin TP. Just parking the bus beautifully. Campbell Adams as well. He's in the thick of it with Dante. And that front left end plate missing is going to just make the car so terrible to feel and to drive through this first sector, these long sweeping corners. Will he go for a move? He does do the Max Verstappen into the hairpin up the inside. He'll get DRS because the detection marker is way back when in that little straight heading down towards the hairpin. Campbell is through, as is Jamie, and JD. He did his job. He held up Dante and these other two, and now he can just settle, try and get back into rhythm, try and hold on to that DRS and see what he can do until he has to pit.
Yeah, it's great teamwork there, isn't it? It's great teamwork.
Something else as well. Niall's in the lead.
Yep.
Niall's got Jono.
Joe, you've just overtaken Jono. Jono's on those 30 lap hards, so they must be hurting now. Going back to JO7 though, great job from him. He is he's pulled in that, He's let Fat Cat pull away a little bit more. You know, there is that battle between Aston and Ferrari in the overalls now. So I reckon you're now going to start to see those battles, aren't you? You're going to start to see those battles start to come into play between Aston and Ferrari across all the divisions. So if they're behind and, you know, if they're causing problems, then they're going to try and hold them up. You know, put the car in certain places that causes problems, which they have every right to. You know, he's done a good job. He's on 30 lap hards, and he'll pit and he'll get onto those nice set of mediums, and he'll be a very quick car at the closing stages of this race, if just in case the safety car comes out on lap 32. And yeah, so far so good. Fat Cat 4.6 seconds behind Jono, 11 seconds to Dido, 12 seconds Campbell to Dido. What a drive from Dido, I've got to say. And then, sorry, 12 seconds to the leader. Sorry, I looked at the wrong intervals there. So Fat Cat doing enough at the moment. We'll go back up to the intervals. And there you go. Campbell 1 second behind Dido. And Dido 6.9 seconds behind Fat Cat. So Fat Cat in a real good situation here at the moment to beat Campbell Lambs. But we have seen Campbell Lambs really put it on. And yeah, I think this is going to be a really good end to this race between the bottom four. Jono, Fat Cat, Campbell and Jamie Dodge.
Yeah, and Jono, he's really struggling at the moment, but I'm just keen to see when he belts on those mediums, because he's going to be the quickest one on track. Pardon me. The only problem for him is that Fat Cat is 3 seconds behind and counting, and when he stops, the average lap pit stop around here, pardon me, would be what, in the low 20 seconds. So that's a lot of time to make up, and we are approaching 20 laps to go. Lap 38, there'll be 20 laps to go. So 20 seconds, roughly 20 laps, that's a second a lap you're going to need to make and then get the move done as well. So yeah, he's just got to try and hold in there on those hards, and but when he bolts on those mediums, how quick is he going to be? That's going to be the question. Fat Cat, he did do the undercut, and so far that's proven really beneficial for him. And that'll turn a few heads as well, the undercut around here. But yeah, those hards, you'd back them to make it pretty nicely, but if the mediums are that much faster, it's just going to make it that much more interesting.
Well, it depends on if anyone's going to go for a one-stop or a two-stop, and what can happen. You know, we've seen a few yellow flags with Raiden retire, which is a bit unfortunate because he could have scored points. So, yeah, that's unfortunate for the Alpine team there. Now you've got the two McLarens in P12 and P13, so they're going to score points. We can see here, Dante going for the move around the outside of Dido, gets that move done. Dido will not fight that. He knows he's on very old tyres. He's just trying to score points for the team. He may be looking for a second stop. We'll have to wait and see. He's got Jamie Dodge right behind. He's got to put pressure on as well. But yeah, Campbell Lambs 7.3 seconds behind Fat Cat. Starting to see a few gaps now. Look at the gap now between Jono and Niall. 2.8 seconds between Jono and Niall, and look who he's got for company. Fat Cat in that P3 position, and he is about to get very, very close to his nemesis, the person that he is battling for that championship this season. And Aston Martin driver's going to make mincemeat here of the
He's going to go for it.
Very easy, and yeah, there you go, job done. Thank you very much, and I'll take that position, and he'll pull away. And yeah, the question is though, is Jono doing the right strategy? We saw earlier on a very, quite poor quali. He's done great to be there. He's got his teammate with damage to the front wing. Is Jono doing the right thing, or should he pit earlier? What do you think?
Yeah, it's an interesting call. If I'm Jono on box lap, he's ahead now. You tried to hold him up as best as you could, but now he's just going to start pulling away. It's about limiting that damage. Box for some mediums, get yourself some clean air, and you're going to be the fastest car on track. Just take care of them, nurse them, and the time will come to you. He will come to you. The longer he stays out, Fat Cat's just going to take off down the road, so I'd pull the pin now. That's what, 22 laps you got to do. We saw people do 22 laps on the medium, so I'd say call it now. Come in, get those tyres on, and he is coming in. So there you go. Jono made the call, tried to hold him up, couldn't really do too much. Doesn't speed, which is good. Can't say the same for me, especially around Brazil. Anyway, into the pit box he comes. And those mediums will go on now, so he should come out in a nice little patch of clean air behind the Sauber of Alex Keeley. I think it's Kalki. And ahead of the Red Bull. Dito's also in as well behind. So, yeah, Jono, ball's in your court now. 23 laps to go. And, yeah, it's down to what he can do on those mediums. He's going to be the quicker car on track. JD's also come in for the mediums. His first lap on those tyres. What can he do? See if he can get back into the points. He was around P8, P9, so he'll be on a charge to get back. He can definitely achieve that in this race. But Niles, another one. I'm interested to see how he's going. Other than that little issue he had where he dropped from P3 to P8. Pardon me. I thought he's been one of the best drivers out there tonight. He's just been an absolute class of his own. He's driven well, he's got the pace, and he finds himself in the lead. But there's a safety car, although it is unlikely. The drivers are so clean, and you don't see too much carnage in these high divisions. But you could definitely see his fate definitely get a lot better, as he's called it as well. He's ducking into the pits. He wants to go to the end, I'd say, on the mediums. So he's got that 3-second penalty, which is really unfortunate. But he's driven really well, and Fat Cat has been released into P1. Campbell Adams behind it. He's got Dante with that damaged front wing. He's really starting to fall off a cliff there now. He is, once it updates to the pit with the Red Bull in the pits, he is 5.5 seconds off. Campbell 5.7. That'll be one to watch if he reels in Fat Cat. If Fat Cat kind of just goes into save the tyres and battery mode, although he's been doing a great job already tonight. So yeah, he's doing really well. Jamie, he's all over the back of Dante as well at the moment. Just trying his best as JD goes fast on those brand new mediums. And I'd say next time round, that'll be Jono. But yeah, as we see, Jamie with DRS on the hards compared to Dante's mediums. They've both done the same amount of laps. So as this race goes on, Jamie will be on the better tyre. And see if he can try and get back on the podium. He's also had a really good race. Given where he's started, he's up. Well, he's down a position. He started P3, but he's driven well. Can't complain so far. Dante will be pretty happy as well. But yeah, Jono and Squash Josh both up most places. 3 positions for Jono, and he'll get a whole lot more, and Josh up 5 places. So again, Red Bull again, SJ. I brought it up earlier, but they're just going under the radar here. Just a lazy 6th and 7th. 6th and 8th, pardon me. And Niall, he's on brand new hard. He's going to catch the cars ahead. And they could be on for another good points haul.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. I'm seeing a lot of cars. I'm seeing Dido on fresh hards. I'm seeing Keithy on fresh hards, 6 laps. Jono on those fresh mediums. Niall on those fresh hards as well. And Campbell Adams on those 9 as well. So this is going to be a very interesting race to the end here. Lap 37, 1 more lap to go, and there's 20 laps to go at the moment. So there you go. There's another guy coming in. Oh, no, Squash Josh. He's had an incident. There's been an incident there with Dido. Oh, what's happened there? And Dido has been spun. So lap 36, first incident. No,
and Josh is in as well. Josh has done 36 laps on those hards. He's called it. He's in. But yeah, that's a huge crash. That would have made someone's day up the front going long. But yeah, no VSC, no safety car, and Dido. And just checking, he doesn't look like he's got any damage, and he's on brand new hards as well. He was looking really quick, but yeah, not sure what's going on there. We'll have to see. The stewards will have a look at that. But Josh,
round.
The Red Bull of Niall.
Niall's gone off.
He's round. He's got
there?
It going, and he's on brand new tyres as well. So that must have just been a little mistake. We saw him have the issue with potentially the wheel earlier on in the race, but. Yeah, that's really weird. Brand new tyres, you wouldn't expect that to happen, but he's got it going again, and yeah, it's just it's been a day of what ifs for Niall. It could have been a podium, it could have been a top 5, and he's got a lot of work to do to try and get back up there. But he for the most part, he's driven well, and Jamie back at the front, he's just holding on to that half-second gap to Dante. He can't really get close enough, but that'll come to him as the race progresses. 20 laps to go at this point. Campbell Adams as well, I believe he's cutting down on this lead. Gap's down to 3.7 now. I believe it was 5 seconds a few laps ago. So he is pushing hard. Fat Cat still got lots of battery to play with. Dante, he is not catching. He's dropping off Campbell, or it's just Campbell's pure pace. He's just pulling away. He's cutting down time. The Fat Cat pulling away from Dante. Now, what can Jamie do? Just sitting back there with DRS. He's pretty content with that. But yeah, SJ, it's starting to settle, but I doubt it's going to stay like this for too long.
No, well, it's definitely getting a little bit lively there. We saw, obviously, Squash Josh and come together with Dino. I don't know what's happened there. If anyone can let us know, I think we may have missed it. It looked like it was a bit of a spin. I don't know whose fault that was. So we'll have to wait and see. And then we saw Niall go off track. We are starting to see some of these gaps starting to shrink a little bit now. We saw a little bit of a gap coming up to lap 40 very, very soon. We've got, obviously, Fat Cat leading the way at the moment. And I think he's got the, obviously, Campbell Adams behind him, 3.4 out on those 14 laps. And then you've got Jamie Dodge right behind in the DRS zone of Dante, which should be able to get the move done pretty easy here with that damage at the front. You've got Kalki, 2.2 seconds on him. Jono, 2 seconds behind him. 3.4 is then Niall. A bit of a lock-up there going into the first corner there of the DRS zone. Then a little bit further down, you've got Maraki Don right at the back of Dino. Dino has broken through. And then we've then got Dino 7 seconds back from JF7 and Squash Josh down there in P13 after that pit stop. So things are happening. And why is Campbell in the Alpine? Tried to dart in the pits and spun. So it's on himself apparently. Okay. We'll have to wait and see what the OB say there. But hang on. Right, so it wasn't on him, it was on Squash Josh that collected Dino, is that correct? Just trying to find out here in the engineering room. We're on lap 40, 18 laps to go. Yep, there you go. So Dino got spun by Squash Josh there going into the pits. So yeah, that will obviously be looked at by the onboard stewards. But yeah, we're seeing gaps, but Campbell Adams is pulling in Fat Cat, and yeah, this is going to be an interesting battle to the closing stages here. 18 laps, and remember, we did say hards versus mediums. Pretty mediocre voting there. 10 coins on softs, none on mediums, 9.20 on hards. So obviously people don't want to bet much, but there you go. 18 laps to go.
Yeah, well, the closest battle on track right now is still Jamie and Dante for that final paying podium position, but Kalki behind is reeling them in. About to be within DRS, 1.1 behind, 0.3 the gap for Jamie, and Campbell is reeling in Fat Cat. It's now sub 3 seconds, so Fat Cat might have to get a bit of a move on here. He came to lose on 3 lap fresher hard compound tyres, just for comparison, so that gap in tyre wear will increasingly benefit Campbell as this race continues. But Jono, he hasn't quite made the inroads I thought he would so far. It's 2 seconds to Kalki, but he is slowly working his way into this one. But yeah, and Niall as well. He's actually all over the back of Jono at the moment, 1.7, so he's also quite close. Also, Jamie's got front wing damage. That front riders, Kalki's had an absolute tank slapper in the last corner there. But yeah, that's both the Ferrari of Dante and the V-Carb with damage as Keith has got a pen. That will hurt him. He's got JD right up his gearbox, but that'll drop him down to P9 as it stands. But both of these two drivers, the Ferrari and the V-Carb, both have light front wing damage. The Ferrari's missing the front left end plate and the V-Carb the front right end plate. So Calco behind, he's got 1 lap fresher tyres on the hards. Jono is in the back frame of this picture now, so he is reeling them in as Niall is within a second. So on those 5 lap old hards, Niall's driving out of his skin to get that DRS. But yeah, that explains why Jamie's been struggling to get past. He's got the better tyre offset on the hard compared to the medium. And again, as it goes on, it'll favour him, but Dante's driving well. Kalki's driving well, and Jono now, and Niall's driving really well. That's down a half a second. Yeah, Jono is just hanging around 2 seconds. He's got a bit of time in that hairpin now. But yeah, Campbell's closing in on the lead. We've got Jono closing in. We've got Jamie closing in, and the Sauber. So we've got a few little battles starting to brew here, and Niall on the Red Bull as well.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh DRS train coming up very, very soon because we've got Dante with that front wing damage, as you said. Jamie dodged. We've got no damage with Kalki, and he looks very quick, and he's not that far behind. I think he is in the DRS zone. Jono is going to be bringing in Niall because those guys are on the quicker tyre, so they'll be working with each other to pull each other in. How many people are going to say tonight, why is Campbell on in the Alpine? Because Jono's got damage. So both Ferraris have got damage. Jono is struggling. He's got front right. So both Ferraris have front right.
And Niall's through. Niall's through on Jono.
There's going to be it's going to be Jono. It's going to be Niall. It's going to be Kalki, Jamie Dodge, and Dante in that DRS train. That is going to be a DRS train, and it's going to happen very, very soon. And they're going to be on very similar tyres, apart from Niall, Jono. So, this is going to be interesting. And the Ferrari, Jamie Dodge, both Ferraris and Jamie Dodge could come unstuck here with the damage to their cars.
Yeah, no, that's huge, and that really explains a lot. That explains why Dante has just fallen off the face of the earth to Campbell, and explains why Jono hasn't really been making inroads and why has closed in. And credit to Niall as well. He's driven really well. As that Dante, he's in, and Jamie's in. So they got penalties again for that pit entry. That's relinquished Kalki now on those hards.
They're going two stop.
So they're going for the two stop. So there's 15 laps to go. It's an interesting strategy call because they went really long on those mediums. They all did about 20 or so more laps on the mediums, so they're only going to have 15 to go, and they are bolting on the mediums as well. So, yeah, maybe a nose change as well.
It is.
Yes, they've both got nose changes, so they're going to feel like Superman driving now on those fresh tyres with the front wing intact. Campbell is within half a second of Fat Cat, SJ. This has just snuck up on us because now we've got another battle, and it's for P1. Kalki behind 15.8. I'm not sure if he's going to make inroads on this battle for the lead, but he's driven really well. Niall, he could be back onto the podium if he is. He's made the move. He's through. Look at him side by side through the hairpin. Gonna hang it around the outside. They're gonna go side by side into the hotel section. We've seen this so much tonight. It's just heart in your mouth stuff. Will the Sow ever look? No, he tucks back behind. Jono also behind. And the Red Bull, what a night it's been from getting the penalty to having that weird, I wouldn't call it an accident, just that weird event that happened which dropped him 5 places from 5th to 8th. With that penalty, he finds himself back onto the podium, and with the pace he's showing, Jono's in. So Jono has stopped, so is he going to have a nose change?
Laps. Wow.
And that is a nose change.
That's massive.
It's a nose change as well. So will he come out? It's going to be interesting with Dante and Jamie. I think they should both get through because of how powerful the undercut has been. Kalki now, he's still sticking with Niall, but he's got a lot worse tyres. Jono, Lockie's got another penalty, and that is the Ferrari and the V-Carb through. And Dito is through as well. So all bolting on the mediums to go for the last 12 laps of this one. So, wow. A lot of these guys are in contention for the win, and now they're going to be scrapping for probably P6, P5 at the moment. P5, I don't see them catching the top 4. That 15, it's nearly 16-second gap is huge, but Sauber, that is huge. With Ferrari doing so well in the championship, they find themselves back into 4th and 5th. So that is an excellent drive from the Sauber boys. They're both up 2 places. JD's up 5. And Niall is up 2 places. So as it stands, the Sauber is on the podium, and they might be safe to lock up this 4th and 5th. Maybe not 5th because of JD, but they've got a huge gap to the cars behind. And this is really interesting to see what Ferrari can do now in 8th and 9th. So this would be really big in terms of the championship. But yeah, it's just been turned upside down, hasn't it, SJ?
Yes. It has. It's very interesting because I'm seeing some very, very late stops to get onto those mediums. We've got 14, 15 lap hards, then we've got 18, 9 lap hards, 20 lap hards, and then we've also got 17 lap hards with Campbell Adams out in front at the moment. So he's on the fresher tyres compared to Fat Cat. So there's going to be a nice little DRS battle going on there. But these medium runners, they're going to be the interesting ones. We saw JF7 being lapped earlier on, and look at this. He's now in front of both Ferraris. And I think Dante is 6.5 tenths behind Jamie Dodge. They can see them in front here. Yeah, this is interesting. This is really interesting to see. Jamie Dodge obviously got that 3-second pin as well in the pits, but interesting to make that stop so late in the race as well. Yeah, as Keithy is looking ready to pounce and make the move done. And yeah, it looks like it could be the kicks that could be the ones that get the job done this week. We saw Ferrari last week with Kalki with his DNF. He's doing a great job. He's 4.5 tenths. He's literally right behind Niall. On those 18 lap hards, he's keeping with Niall. He's doing a great job, I've got to admit, doing an absolute phenomenal job, as Niall is on those 9 lap, 10 lap hards as well. So the question is, will Niall be able to catch these guys out in front? That's the question. They're on 21 laps hards. Are they going to start to fall off before the end of this race with 12 laps remaining?
Well, that's just been hanging around 15 seconds, so I'm not sure if the front two is on Niall's mind. I think it's just going to be trying to hold on and maybe bridge a gap to the Sauber behind. But yeah, he's driving really well. 9 laps older, hard compound tyres. As it stands, because of that penalty, he will be on the podium. So that is huge for Sauber, as the Ferraris are in 8th and 9th. You know, he's got Dito, and they're definitely a chance, one of them to get P5. Either Jamie or one of the Ferraris, I think, are actually out to get P5. This train, they've caught to the back of it already, and Keith is going to be pretty resolute on not letting anyone through, and I'd rather have JD behind than one of those other two behind because of the tyre lap offsets. So he's just going to keep pushing, bit of wheel spin out of there. Got enough battery to play, both pretty similar, but yeah, it's going to be really interesting, SJ, and also it's quite a long race, so I might quickly duck to the bathroom. I'll be back very quickly.
No, you're good, mate.
Don't want to miss this, but I'll hand over to you for the next couple of minutes.
No, all good. We've got Squash, Josh and Lockie having a bit of a change there, P12 and P13. We're going to go a little bit further up. We've got predictions there. Win the races, still the same, soft, medium, hards. We are going to start to get the drive of the day on lap 50 at the moment. If you are tuning in with us, we're lap 47, and it's not going to go anyone's way at the moment. We've got Campbell Adams leading the way in that P1 position with 6.5 tenths behind Fat Cat. 14 seconds is Niall on those 11 lap hards. The question is, can he cause any more problems and get to the front of these before the end of the race? Excuse me, Kelky right behind in the DRS still. Then we've got his teammate Keefe, but he is being attacked by everywhere as we've got Jamie Dodge that goes around the outside, gets the job done. Up into P5 on those fresh mediums, and those guys are going to be flying. Then you've got JF7, as here we go, Keefe's going to go and make a move back on Jamie Dodge and get the move done, as he is on those older tyres, doesn't get the move done. Jamie Dodge keeps that position. Jamie Dodge gets back out in front into P5. Keefe's going to come back in with the DRS. He's got Dante following him behind, and also JF7 as well. We've still got moves going on here. All this is getting exciting, very, very exciting indeed. What's going to happen? We could see something happen. We'll have to wait and see. But lap 48 out of 58, 10 laps to go. Racing left. And what a night it has been of qualifying and the racing itself. Great night of racing, and it's still going on here. Jamie Dodge and Keithy going side by side. Oh, Jamie Dodge nearly goes into the back of Keithy. They're getting very aggressive. They're both on. Oh, nearly pushed off track there. And we then got JF7 getting involved. It is all going on in this midfield pack here. This is bringing Jono right into it. This is great news for Jono as well, and also Dante, just literally following in behind this and just waiting for mistakes to happen. JF7's been dropped a little bit there, down into P9, as we can see Jono going around the outside. Keithy going around the outside. Obviously getting confused between the two kick Saubers. Jamie Dodge in that P5 position at the moment. We'll have to wait and see. We've then got Dante in that P5. We've got Jamie Dodge in P6. Oh,
Jamie.
Connection there. And then
here comes Keith. Here comes Keith.
He's going to go for the
Here
move.
comes Keith.
He's on extreme old tyres, but look at Jono. Jono's coming on the
He's got the
right-hand side.
slipstream.
He's going to go around the
Onto
outside
the
of his
inside.
teammate. Does he get the job done? It's 3 wide.
The front, they're 3
there we go.
wide.
There's
Round.
the spin.
He's round.
There's the accident
He's caught
that
it.
we've been seeing. Lap 49.
Oh my god, he's shoved him off the track as well there on the exit. Look at him, just giving him no room. The Aston's gone off as well. JD's gone wide. Look at Dante and Keith pushing each other. He's just nearly put him in the wall. Dante's got a penalty now as well. Oh my goodness. So Keith and Dante both with penalties, and there comes Jono. He's in. Oh no, he's not. Sorry, Dante's in. So he got damage and 10 seconds. Feeding it.
Why?
He's retired as well, so he's not going to get any points.
Silly. Why would you do that?
Oh my goodness. Bit of a rage quit there.
Yeah, that's not
but
good.
My goodness. That is just hard racing, Keith. Miraculously, that front wing is intact. And Jono now and Jamie can do battle, as they have lost so much time. Well, in that big scrap, they've lost even more time. Gap's out to 18.6 seconds. And Kalki, he's just hanging within that 3-second penalty. 2.7 the gap with 9 laps to go. Can he hold on and get a podium? It's a big ask on 9 lap with the tyres. But he's driven really well. As here comes Jono on Jamie round the outside. It's the Jimmy and the Jammy. Here they go. Side by side. The medium versus the medium as well. 1 lap tyre offset. Tucks back behind into this final sector. Under the hotel they go now. Tight line tyres are screaming at this point. They've taken an absolute punishing, especially with the battling and the contact. And that Sauber, it looked like he was facing 180 degrees the wrong way, and then he's just caught the car, and he's just completely disregarded Dante's. Dante disregarded him in the corner prior. But yeah, that's just good hard racing. You don't like to see him retire, but because that's just 3 points that he's just given away now. You look at Lockie, he's been at the back and he's 4 seconds off of 11th, but he's just kept going. He's fighting valiantly to get himself and McLaren some good points, and now that's some extra points with Dante retiring. So just goes to show the benefits of completing the race, and he still would have got some good positions. Here goes Dante now. Jono, sorry, pardon me, up the inside. Gets it pulled up, but Jamie will have a go on this next straight. He's got a fair amount of battery in hand, but as does Jono. He's not burning anything, is the Ferrari. It's going to force him. The outside switches to the inside, and that should be job done. Unless Jono can hang it around the outside. He's going to try and do it. And I love seeing them go for moves into the hotel section. He's burning the battery. He wants to get it done before they get to the hotel. Up the inside goes the Ferrari. Jamie's going to hold it around the outside. He's got the inside for the next corner. What a move. And he holds on to P5. My goodness. It's just, I love it when they go for the moves into the hotel, because it's just such a tight mode and such a tight squeeze to fit 2 cars into one. And then they just hold it side by side, and then under the hotel, and they just leave the perfect amount of room. They had the similar battle earlier on in the race. It was these two, and they leave just enough room, just enough respect, but they're not being too respectful as well. So great move as well. Keith behind, he is about to lose out to Dido, who is a 10th back. And as is JD, he is also caught onto the back of this little battle, and the Sauber gone through on the Williams, and now the Aston Martin will line up a move. The both of them have DRS, so has Keith timed this a little bit poorly, because Dido will get a double dose of DRS. He's got heaps of battery to play with as well. As we come through the chicane, over the crevice, over the bump, foot to the floor, all the battery, all the ERS dumped. The DRS is open, and he will think better of it as he tucks behind for another lap.
Yeah, great battling. It's been fantastic battling the load closing stages. We've got driver of the day. You've also got a bit of a fan in there with your commentary, which is great to see. But driver of the day, who is your driver of the day?
Oh, there's been a few standouts, but I can't go past Niall. He's got that 3-second gap he qualified well. He got a great race start as well, and he's up a bunch of places as well. He's up 2 positions. He's going to hold on to that podium even with the penalties at the moment. So he is my driver of the day. He's been brilliant, and he didn't give up. He had the accidents, and yeah, he's driven really well, and he's going to be rewarded for his efforts and not giving up. So he's my driver of the day.
Yeah, definitely, and we have to wait and see. Well, I'm gonna go Jono, actually. I think Jono's done fantastic. He's been really unlucky tonight, and I think he's done a great job. So there we go. Get your vote in. So vote. There's my vote. Have you pressed yours?
Jono and Jamie also going at it right now as you list his name side by side. Second DRS straight. Jono's going to go around the outside, and he's got the place before they get to the braking zone, and they will do battle another time around here. So Jono up 5 places where he started. Jamie down 3, not what he would have wanted, but he's fighting well, and he's got 3 seconds as well, which isn't ideal, but you never know. That could be the pit entry. We're not 100% sure that can be removed. If it is, then this is still going to be decided on track. So all to play for still. P5's good points. I don't think they're going to catch P4. And Kalki, he's driven really well as well, hasn't he? And he's up 2 places, starting P6, and that's been a good drive from the Sauber. And that is going to be Sauber seeing more points than Ferrari, which is huge for the championship. And it'll be by a margin as well, because Dante isn't going to finish, so Keith and Kalki both going to score, and both scoring, or one of them scoring ahead of the Ferrari, their championship rival. So that's huge. In the constructors, Jamie, he's still got something to say. 4/10 the gap now. Jono tucking out of the way to give no slipstream assistance at all, but he's just gaining. No battery for Jamie either. Jono, look at, he's got 85 to play with. Jamie only in the 20s, low 20s. At that, and here we go on to the next DRS straight. He's using the DRS. He's got no battery to play with, and Jono just going to hold on, keep cruising, and he will hold on to P5. Keith as well, driving well. He's got a big train behind him of the Williams of Dito and the Aston Martin of JD. As Dito shows the nose really late, my God, tucks back behind. He might have a run into the hotel section. He thinks better of it, charging the pack, and they'll go again next time around.
Yeah, there's still battles going on 54 laps out of 58. You can go look up to the front though. You've got Fat Cat and Campbell, and Fat Cat has thrown way back from Campbell Adams, 6.6 seconds now. Campbell Adams has just disappeared into the distance on those 3-lap fresher tyres. Then you've got Niall, great job from him tonight. He is up for your nominations of Driver of the Day. 5 votes to 4, get them in. Kalki in that P4 position has done a fantastic job. Will he get Niall at the end? I don't know if he will. He's 6.7 seconds behind. Jono 13 seconds behind that. He is still out in front of Jamie Dodge, that does have that penalty. Remember, those penalties will be looked at if these guys put in the right race director. But this battle here is still going on here. Keithy, Dito and JF7. And a mixture of tyres. We've got Keithy in that on those hards, Dito on those hards, and also JF7 on those mediums. And you can see how close these guys are getting, very, very close there. The question is Dito going to be able to get the job done on Keithy on the fresher tyres? Because JF7's tyres are going to be hurting.
Jamie and Jono are side by side into the hotel as well, SJ. Sorry to cut you off. Look at him again. How many times have we seen this tonight? And he's going to try and hang it around the outside. Jamie still committed to the outside line. Look at the line he's taken. Oh, nearly a bit of wheel banging. Has the inside. Jono leaves enough room. Swaps across to cover the racing line. And they'll go back again. My goodness, back behind Keith, Dito, and JD still holding position. And interesting with the tyre offset here, Dito on fresher hards and JD on fresher mediums than the two of those two. We've got 2 great battles going on. Back to Jamie and Jono. Look at this, a 10th and a half the gap. Will he go for a move? He's going to get DRS. Jono holds the inside. He's going to try and nullify that Verstappen dive bomb that we know all too well. Back on the power now. Look, Jono just weaving to try and break it. So look at the weaving going on here. They might have to have a look at this. 1%, 0% now for Jamie. Can we see a late move? Into the hairpin we go. He's going to hold it round the outside. trying to switch back. Jono, oh, he's lost the back end as Jammy. Jono is pretty aggressive under defending there. As now we cut back to Dido and Keith. Dido's through, finally on the Sauber, but it's not done yet because that Sauber has got heaps of battery to play with and a bunch of DRS and slipstream. Down towards to enter the final sector. Will he go to the outside or the inside? Dido's adamant on holding the inside. Gonna make that Sauber work for it. Round the outside he goes, and he has got that place all done.
Great move. We've got an on-board request. Jono, who got driver of the day, 6 votes.
Oh, Jono's nearly round. He nearly lost it, and he's lost the position. He had a huge tank slapper out of the last corner. Look at the dive bomb into turn 1. So if that is an on-board with Jono, that'll be perfect because he is in a great position to try and shape up a move to get back into P5. But he had a huge tank slapper. I'm not sure if you caught that, SJ.
No, I was on board.
Oh, look at the switchback.
I was on board Keithy, unfortunately. That was what I've been requested to jump on, unfortunately. So I'll get this up the DRS zone and then we'll go back to that battle at the moment as they're still going at it. But we've got this battle in P7 and P8 and P9 as well, which is still going. The question is Keithy's tyres going to be able to hold on? Dido is trying to get back. He is literally in the DRS zone, but he's got 5 fresher tyres. But it's Division 2 versus Division 1, and that's going to be the difference here. Does Dido get the position off Keithy? We're still seeing these two go at it again. And Jamie Dodge, which we'll jump on board with in a second, which will probably be jumping on
Jamie.
board around about now. And over to you, Riff, to take
off the inside. Oh, he's nearly clipped his right rear. These two are just going at it like cats and dogs for the all race long, really, but especially these penultimate few laps. We're about to enter the last, or next lap is the last lap. Look at Jono, late dive bomb. Oh, Jamie, just the respect to leaving the room. He stuck the nose in front there. Jono is ahead, and Jamie, I think he's chucked it into none to get some DRS onto these straights. But he is on 1 lap of older tyres, both on the mediums. These two are putting on an absolute show tonight. They've been at it back and forth all night long, and even on the penultimate lap, they're just going at it. Jono, he's been really aggressive. I think the stewards might take a look at this because he's been really aggressive with the weaving and the switchbacks and dive bombing. And again, he weaves out to give Jamie no real slipstream advantage. Jamie's just going to hold the other side of the track on the smoother surfaces, and here we go into the chicane. Trying to get a really good exit. Jono, he's taken a really awkward line. I'm not sure what the thought process there was. He's got DRS, he wants to hold the inside, he's adamant, he loves having a run around the outside and switch back into the inside on the hotel. Here goes Jamie, round the outside, he has got that done, they're both charging the pack. Jono now right on board with him, SJ, because you can know he's going to go for a switchback. Here he goes up the inside again, he did it last lap, here they go again. Jamie, he's starting to recognise the pattern. They're side by side. He holds it. He's going to have the inside from the battery. Look at Jono burn the battery. Got ahead. Jamie and Jono side by side into the final corner. Jamie's going to have DRS for the last lap. That could decide who gets P4 or P5. Pardon me in this one. Jono's got so much more battery, but Jamie's just hanging in there. Compromise line from Jono through turn 1, up the hill, turn 2, now turn 3. Jamie's got to be so careful with his battery and where he goes for the move. Jono's just chucked it a none. He's thinking about that second straight and he's gotten off the power. So he's backed out of it to make sure that he gets DRS for at least the second straight, maybe the first one. I'm not sure if the stewards will have a look at that. And he has got the DRS. And now here he goes now into the braking zone, up the inside. Who's going to get it? Jono, I think he's purposefully holding back. So through the detection point, he will get it. He does. He's got way more battery. I think Jamie can't get it done now. Campbell Adams, what a win from him. As here comes Fat Cat up to the line. He'll cross and take P2. Jono's going to go round the outside. Jamie holding it on the inside. Will we see Jamie go for it? Jono's been so aggressive into here. Jamie going lazy, trying to break as late as he can. Cuts the corner, he gets a penalty. Or he's already got a penalty, so he'll get another warning for that. could get this removed though. All to play for. Jono's gone deep. He's gone wide. Jamie side by side through the penultimate corner. Jono's gonna have the inside up to the line. Jamie's got a better exit, and he's got it. He's got the line. What a finish!
done. Oh, we got Keefe and Dino and JF7. I don't think I don't think Dino's gonna get it. I think Dino doesn't have the pen though, so Dino is gonna get that one on Keithy. Oh, absolute scenes there on that last lap. Fantastic to see there at the end. But I cannot believe Johnny Dodge got the job done in the end, and fantastic racing there by those guys. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what these guys have got to say, and I'll get these guys into the comms box. But 58 laps, job done, and what a race in the end.
Oh my god, I thought Jamie was no chance on the outside, older tyres as well, and he just nailed the exit, and he just got him up to the line. They banged wheels, made contact. I will say that he still could be on for that P5. Now, he had the penalty, but he did get that when he came into the pit, so that could definitely still be P5 for Jamie. And what a drive. Those two just put on a show tonight. They were absolutely incredible. And what a drive from Campbell Adams. I mean, he's just so quick. He barely just snatched pole off Fat Cat. And Fat Cat, he was looking really strong early. Great call with the undercut, but he just didn't have the tyres at the end to keep up and hold off of Campbell Adams. Niall as well, what a drive from him, given everything that went wrong for him. He still finds himself on the podium. He was my driver of the day. Campbell Adams wins the race. Jono sets the fastest lap and gets in-game driver of the day. JD with most overtakes and the cleanest driver as well. And wow, I mean, you can't go past Jamie and Jono. That was insane. And what a finish as well. Drag race up to the line. It went down to the last lap, and 100% race. You'll love to see it. There was constant battles for the most part of that race, SJ.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic, and yeah, what a interesting 100% race as well. That was cleanest driver was JF7, so congrats for that, mate. But yeah, let's get these guys in for quick few interviews, and yeah. First of all, I'm going to ask you your summary of the race in general, from start to finish.
Yeah, start to finish, there was no short of action. We had big trains to start the Grand Prix. They started to split in half. The top five were pulling away, and about fifth, sixth down started to fall off. And then we saw the tyre offsets come into play, and Jono came into his own on the hards compared to everyone else in the mediums, and he started to work his way through the grid. Fat Cat with the undercut, and that saw him inherit the lead, and Dante and I believe it was Campbell or somebody, it may have been Jamie, I think. They were late and they reacted a lot later, and that was the difference. They just got absolutely worldly undercut by Fat Cat, and he just took off into the sunset and nearly got the win. Jono and the Ferraris and Jamie all got damage at one point there. Saubers just ran their own clean race, and they come out of this with a P4. That's huge points for them, and they beat Ferrari, in this race in terms of points, which is big. Dante coming together, and Keith had that coming together, the four of them occupying the same bit of track. The Sauber nearly went around, and he still scores in the top 10, so that's a good drive by him. And Dante then got damage and retired from the Grand Prix. Who else? Obviously, Niall. He was in P3, had something happen, dropped to P8, got a penalty, fights his way back up into P3 and finishes on the podium. That was a great job by him. And then second stint in this race, a lot of guys did the one-stop, a couple did the two-stop, and they just gunned for leather the entire Grand Prix, going for moves. And Jono and Jamie went at it all in that second stint. It was great to watch. And the third stint, because they both stopped a second time. And yeah, Campbell just chased, hunted down Fat Cat, got the move done, and then took off into the sunset. Fat Cat, great drive from him. He'll be happy with that. Still getting a second place. That's huge in the championship. Jono finishing P5, potentially P6. So Fat Cat will be really happy with that in his championship aspirations. And yeah, Sauers had a good outing. Red Bulls had a pretty good outing. McLaren down the back, but they double points for them. given the nature of the DNFs, and yeah, overall it's just battles everywhere. The Williams were up and about. Dito drove really well, and yeah, just plenty of battles all night long.
Well, Riff, thank you very much, mate. That was a long summary. I really appreciate that. And yeah, no, it was. It even though it was a very small grid, there was battles in the front, in the middle, at the back. Not not many on boards, just a few, which is going to obviously be looked at. A few that's bit disappointing there for Ferrari, I think. That retirement that didn't need to happen. You just pick up. You make mistakes, you pick up, you finish the race. There's points on offer, and he's just thrown points out the door for Ferrari, especially when they're in such a dominating position in the overalls as well. Yeah, it's interesting. But anyway, we've got the guys in. I'm just waiting for Jono. When he can hurry up, then we can get Jono in. And then we can then go over some interviews, because I'll definitely, although he's actually just jumped in when I was just about to message him, because I'm sure you've got questions for him about him and Jamie Dodger tonight. So, Rift, I will let you take it away for the first interview of the night. We won't keep these guys long, because I'm sure they'll be very, very tired after that race. But over to you for driver of the day, to Jono.
G'day, Jono. Really good drive from you, and I'm sure you would have had aspirations on winning that Grand Prix, but given everything that happened, I feel like that's still a pretty good result. My question for you and Jamie were going at it pretty much for the entirety of that race, especially in that final stint. Just your perspective, did you feel like there was a fair amount of racing room and there was a fair battle, or were you not happy with how it went? Because from our POV, I'll let you go.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No, it was completely clean. It was very fun. I loved it. It was kind of a boring race anyway. So, because me and Meowsy were in a voice call, so we're like, you know what? Let's give the commentators something to commentate about. So then we were just kind of, just battling out for P5, I think it was. So it was pretty fun.
Yeah, no, it looked great, and something I was noticing was it looked like there was enough room, and just enough, but not too much. So it looked like it was a great battle to watch, and yeah, especially that last lap went down the wire. What were your thoughts in that last sector with the switchbacks?
Yeah, it wasn't ideal, but it was still very nice. Especially that last corner wasn't great. I had a moment, and Meowsy got me. He'll get that 3 removed because he got 2 warnings from the pit lane. So no, it was very fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, congratulations on driver of the day. It was a great race from you, and yeah, I'm glad you had a lot of fun, because it was certainly lots of fun to watch.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Jono, disappointing quality, mate. I'm gonna call you out on this one.
Yep.
I'll normally glaze you and say fantastic job. You are my driver of the day. We'll just take that away from Rift, because he didn't vote for you.
Wow. Okay.
Did get the vote. No, it was a disappointing quality. You have said so many times throughout the whole season that your qualifying is not the best, and we know what you can do. I think probably one of the things as a team's perspective is obviously the situation with Dante. Something you probably don't want to see. There's a bit of a rage quit there, which didn't really need to happen. You get the 10 seconds. You still
I tried to tell him just to, I know how it went down. It wasn't the greatest outcome, but he could have at least still finished. But yeah.
Well, he could have pinged, but could have took it to the stewards. Insufficient racing room, could have been that. He could have got that wavered. Anything could have happened. But just apart from that, I think that was probably a fantastic night for yourself. But for a team perspective, always good to finish with 2 cars, let alone 1. Especially with how everything is going at the moment, the overalls. But yeah, I probably Rift has said most of it, but your battle tonight was just with Jamie Dodge, and it was just fantastic. And I think you had Rift screaming from the chandeliers because he's loving your battle. The respect that you two have on track is second to none, I've got to say.
Yeah, no, we always leave each other a lot of racing room. Maybe not a lot, but we leave each other enough room so that the other person can possibly try do something on an exit or something, just so, you know, you don't have them, like, going off track and all that. So, no, it was, overall, I love that last stint. I told Miyazzy, I was like, this is kind of boring. Do you wanna battle it out? And he's like, yeah, sure. So, yeah, it was very fun.
Well, you got the extra point, which is a great job on fastest lap, but P5, unfortunately, Fat Cat P2, I think is 4 points in it, I think, at the moment, with compared to where he finished. Are you happy about that? Are you still feeling you're in the driving seat? Campbell Adams is knocking on the door.
Yeah, I mean, Campbell, go away and practice OFI, bro. Come on. Leave this league to me. Anyways, no, I feel like I still do have a chance. It's just I need to clean up my quali because the last run I invalidated on the first turn because I had a moment on the first turn, tried to correct it and then invalidated. So it wasn't the best. I probably would have gotten P3 quali. So overall, I'm kind of happy still. You know, P5 is still okay. Well, P6 really. So. I should still be in it for the drivers. I'm not too sure though, so I'll have to try my best.
Do you want me to give you a little bit of a heads up?
Oh,
I'll give you
okay.
I'll give you a sneak preview. Right, as it stands, pending pens.
Campbell Adams 30-second time penalty. Can we do that?
He's 21 points behind you, and Fat Cat is now 63. So
okay,
you're battling Campbell Adams at the moment, but you can't afford to make any mistakes with 6 races to go. And you've got a break week now. It's a time to relax. Obviously, probably not the time to have a break week because it's momentum. You know, you like that momentum. Next is Austin. Obviously, is tonight as well. Well, tomorrow morning for the real Formula One. It's a sprint weekend. So, how do you feel around there?
Austin, I do feel really strong there. I've got a league race in about 45 minutes at Austin, but it's a mandatory 3 stops, so it's gonna be fun. It's nice practice there.
Okay, that's good. Well, that's good to see. Honestly, drive of the day, well deserved. I absolutely loved the battles tonight with you and Jamie Dodge. Really, really good. Good, clean racing. I know we don't have that many people on the grid tonight, but all in all, a great race. And I know a lot of people have whinged and got in saying why was 100 points not doubled, and it's something that we've not decided to do. But you know, it's something that we'll probably look at for next season. But no, congratulations on Drive of the Day, and yeah, well done. And we'll see you in a week's time in Texas.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night.
All right, we've got no Niall, so we're going to go straight to Fat Cat. I'll take this one away, and then I'll go straight to you with Fat Cat, mate. What a night. It was you and Campbell most of the night with the DRS train. And then, unfortunately, near the end of the race, he just seemed to put the gas on and disappear.
Yeah.
That's very. Anything else to say on that matter? Like what
a Raikkonen-esque response.
Yeah, it is.
No, it was. Yeah, just didn't have the confidence going into the second stint. Boxing a couple laps earlier didn't help either.
You've got to be happy. Probably not with the P1, but happy with the P2. You finished above, obviously, your person that you're fighting in the championship at the moment. Obviously, last week was a bit of a bummer. You know, Monza, you're in a great position, and things can change. And I think you're going to want one of those connection issues to happen to Jono. You feel that you can, you know, still push to the end of the season and fight Jono and Campbell?
Less so Campbell, more Jono. Cheers to hoping my breaker doesn't trip again, I guess.
Yep. Okay. And the next one for me, how are you feeling going into the break week and Texas next?
Yeah, it's probably going to be wraps. But who knows? Got some momentum, so we'll see if I can carry that. Next might be Campbell and Gwali, but we know he doesn't practice, so it's wraps.
You seem a bit disappointed.
No, I'm happy. It's just I'm happy. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, top job as always, and yeah, I'll pass you over to Rift.
Fat Cat, congrats on the race and the finish. I'd just like to go back to qualifying because that was an insane lap that you set, and then moments later, Campbell snatches it from you by the thinnest of margins. What was going on in your mind when you crossed the line? Purple.
I was just kind of surprised that lap came out. I was a 10th down after sector 1, so I didn't think there was going to be much in it. Just happy, and then moments later, Campbell snatches it by 5,000. So it is what it is, but
yeah. And the fact that there was time in that first sector, does that give you the confidence into the next rounds that you can out qualify him and can get over the hump to say?
We'll see. Not necessarily 100%, but Campbell's rapid, so we'll see.
Yeah, and in the race, just like you said, did the undercut. It looked like it worked in comparison to those around you at the time, like Jono and the other Ferrari, Dante and Jamie, and you pulled away really quickly from them with that undercut. It looked like it was a masterclass until Campbell reared his head later on, and he had about 3 lap fresher hards, I think it was. So was that the difference? Just the lap difference was pretty much the be all end all that was just hard to keep up with?
Well, I guess 50-50. Campbell's got some big balls, I guess you could say. He's got a lot of confidence with throttle and braking, and yeah, just couldn't match that in the second stint. Don't think it's all tires.
Well, it's still a really good performance, and one that you should be very happy with. And like you said, good momentum now heading into the back end of the season. So hopefully, that's you can bring this title back and go down to the wire.
We'll see, man.
Cheers. Have a good weekend, and catch you next week.
You too. See you in Coda.
Okay, all right. We'll go over to the person that couldn't pick the correct car, which is accidents do happen. Do you remember what team you drive for, Campbell?
I do. Visa.
Yeah, that's not pink and blue. Let's talk qualifying. That was close.
Yeah, qualifying. I mean, yeah, I did about a lap or 2 of practice, so I was a little bit low on prep. But yeah, my lap itself was very, very average. I missed turn 1, probably lost over a tenth. So yeah, probably didn't have to be as close as it was, but at the end of the day, it didn't cost me anything. But no, it was a good lap from Fat Cat as well. So to be that close, it was a good battle. And then the whole race, yeah, it was really good, which is really close.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of question marks on these 100%ers. Some people like them, some people don't. Same with the sprint weekends. Tonight, I think it was a long night. Obviously, 58 laps. It was the last one of the season. And what a way to do it, Obviously, you and Fat Cat were literally, first and second all the way through this whole race in the DRS zone. The stint on the mediums, man, you decided to go for a longer stint. Was that the plan? And were you working with your teammate in the background as well?
Yeah, the plan was to always go a bit longer because the standard plan is to go 2-stop, but I didn't think it would be the quicker one, so we opted for the 1-stop, and I mean, I think half the grid did anyway, or maybe more. The original plan was for Meowsy to do a 1-stop as well, but he got wing damage and it was kind of over for him, so he had to make the secondary stop. So, yeah, I was in comms with him, just trying to work together as well as we could, but we did well. We did well.
Well, you did amazing. The gap that you pulled on Fat Cat was, fantastic. You did have obviously fresher tyres, but then in the end, I think it was an only 6 second gap out in front. No, did you know that you had that pace in the Cup?
To be honest, there was a long time in that stint where I thought I wasn't going to be able to catch Fat Cat. I knew in that first stint he had very, very low wings, but he was still relatively competitive in the last sector where I had the priority of setup. But yeah, he held off really well, and I expected to struggle a lot more compared to him. I didn't think I was going to break him as quickly and easy as I did. Clearly, his tyres and obviously low downforce kind of just gave up. So yeah, no, it was good. It was a really good battle with him. It was really close, but yeah, I didn't think I'd be able to pull the gap. I was able to. That's for sure.
Well, I thought it was a fantastic race. We were nearly 24 laps with a DRS train from P1 to P7. You were all close together. It did disappear for a little while, but then it got brought back, so it was really, really good to see. I think the guys are saying, please do not race, concentrate on OFI, which is Jono at the moment. Obviously, we've got Coda next. Obviously, we're on a week's break now for the second part of Part 2 of City Season. Are we going to see you with these remaining 6 tracks, or are you going to take a week of absence?
I will most likely miss a few of the remaining, as I've got a lot of European leagues coming back up. They're restarting up, and then I'm just very busy with all those things. So if I have the time, I'll obviously race, but at the moment I'm unsure, so we'll see what happens.
Well, it's always a pleasure, as always, to have you on track, Campbell. And great job, and I'll pass you over to Rift.
Thanks, mate.
G'day, Cam. It was another week, another great drive, and another win. I'd just like to take you back to early on in the race. SJ touched upon it. Huge DRS train. It looked like it was just a big slog. It was hard to get any moves done. How was that in the initial stages? Because it was looking really tight. And then at what point in the race did you feel the tide started to shift and that you had the pace to really reel in Fat Cat really quick and then gap him the way you did? Like what point in the race did you feel like, okay, I can win this?
I thought straight away when I was on pole that I can win it. But really it was when we were kind of all just tyre saving a lot, and I could kind of tell that my tyres were in a lot better shape than Fat Cat and the others around me. Obviously knew Meow's tyre wear, and he was a little bit higher than mine, so I knew that I had a slight advantage there. First stint was just I think we were all just tyre saving. That's why we're all in that train, because no one's actually pushing flat out. So no gaps were going to be created. And then as soon as we started pushing gaps, like the mistakes happened, and then the gaps happened, and then it kind of was just a me and Fat Cat battle towards the end of that race. But yeah, no, it was a good race. The start was all very close, and there were a few close moments where I thought we all might end up in a massive pile-up.
Yeah, there were a few comings together. I don't think you would have seen them, but there were definitely a few big moments where we saw cars going around and lots of damage that went around. And just also...
I definitely heard them.
Oh, sorry, you go?
Sorry, you go. No, you go.
No worries. I'm just going to say, pitting a little bit later, you just spoke about then you felt like you had a bit more tyre compared to the drivers around you. Were you confident because the undercut was rapid around you? Were you confident that staying at those extra 3 laps that it would pay dividends as good as it did? Because Fat Cat commented saying he didn't think the tyre offset was that big of a factor. He felt like he just didn't have the pace. Did you feel like staying out that bit longer, even falling susceptible to that undercut, would pay such great dividends in the end?
I definitely didn't expect him to come out 10 seconds in front of me. That's for sure. I didn't think that undercut would be worth 2.5, 3 over 3 seconds of lap, basically, in 3 laps. To have 10 seconds when he actually pitted behind me is just crazy. I did not expect that. So I've learned from that, and I'm not gonna be doing that overcut again, because I don't think in overall it was worth it. I think the undercut was better. I think maybe he just over pushed too early on in the stint, and that's what kind of got his tires in a worse shape than mine. And then once I got to him, it was kind of inevitable that he wouldn't be able to attack as well as he would have if he hadn't pushed so early in that stint.
Yeah, definitely. Well, all's well that ends well. But so yeah, great drive again tonight, and we'll catch you hopefully after the short break.
Cheers, mate. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, have a good one.
Okay, Rift, that is it. That is done and dusted, 100% done, finished until we see them again, maybe or maybe not. We'll have to wait and see what happens for next season, for season 10. Yeah, a fantastic race from start to finish, I've got to say. We saw gaps, we saw battles, we saw a little bit of drama, we saw a few on boards. But 58 laps around Abu Dhabi was very, very, very exciting. Big up to our followers that just jumped in today. Smithy, thank you very much for the follow. Johnny C's, all the predictions as well for the raid from Thrasher Dave, for the subscription from Keeper, Fiddledat 32, Ildilby, yep, that is your name, sorry. And also background checks, everyone that tuned in, thank you very much as always. We have more action tomorrow. I've got to do it all again. And Rift has got to do it all again, this time on track. He will be taking to track tomorrow in Division 2, where you'll be joined by myself and Tuzi in the comms box. But Division 4, you'll be joined by Rekus and Muzz is Big. So it'll be a first debut for Muzz is Big. And throw him in the deep end, why don't you, Rift? Hey, 100% at Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
Good luck.
100%. Right. Yeah, it's definitely going to test him, but you either you sink or you swim. So no, he'll be great.
You're right.
He'll be great tomorrow, Arvo, and got some good battles and good stories to pick up from where we left off last week in Div 4 and Div 2. So I'm expecting the carnage to be ramped up a bunch compared to tonight. It's going to be really exciting. Div 4 always has some good racing and crazy battles that occur, and Div 2 it's so competitive, and yeah, anyone can win. So it's going to be interesting to see how we go. Not feeling too great. I've been practicing a fair bit for Abu Dhabi, but it's just a very tricky track. So hopefully we go all right. But no, I'm keen to see who's where and how it all pans out tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I absolutely 100% appreciate you jumping on as well, doing 100%. They are a long one. Thank you very much for all your support tonight with the predictions and everything. We got them out there. And we've got a second track. So now Dynasty's picked Baku and Keeper has picked Belgium. Who is going to pick the next one? You've got plenty of time tomorrow. It is now at 55,000 channel points. So get them in and get involved and get ready for tomorrow's action. Thank you very much, Rift, as always, for jumping in the comms box. I look forward to doing it all again with you, of 100%, maybe for next season, but I look forward to commentating with you after the season's break.
Likewise, thanks for having me. It's always good fun, especially Div 1. They're very, very quick and great battles and great racing. So yeah, it's good fun, 100%. First 100% down for me. So it was good fun, and keen to do another one sometime soon.
Yep, and you've now got to do it all on the track. So I wish you all the best tomorrow in your race as well.
Thank you.
And don't forget, tomorrow we have an interview with TMT for Team of the Week. He'll be jumping in, letting us know what went right for his team last week at Monza as they got Team of the Week, a great result for them. Congratulations to the podium winners, Camelams, Fat Cat, Niall and Driver of the Day, Jono. And we will be joined with more action tomorrow night with Division 4 first up with Rekus and Muzz is Big. But thank you very much to all of our sponsors, as always, AI369, Pagnium, SimLab, and also our affiliate this season, SRC. If you're needing setups for Coda for Division 1, then feel free to jump on board with SRC. And if you're needing anything else, then feel free to jump on board with Pagnium, as I've just seen someone else who's put another wheel. So congratulations to them. And flick the message in the chat. The comments are there, the code's there, so get amongst it. We've heard it from the man himself. He said he's not going to be racing anymore. Is that true or is that false? We'll find out in Coda. Good night.